Yeah, I stream it, so.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's live stream with your boy Alex and my co-host on Flyer Gonna Flyer, Filibuster, aka Eric Martino. I probably should have flip-flopped those names.
Either way.
But yeah, tonight we are going to be live streaming Cutter Gautier's first ever game in the FARG, where I think he will be welcomed quite warmly.
Oh, with open arms, I'm expecting.
Oh, it's going to be such a lovely, lovely reception he's going to get. They better show up. This is our third. This is the third Flyers game we've live streamed this year. No, fourth. I'm sorry. Third, me and Eric have done, but fourth in general. Flyers haven't won any yet, so I would like that to change tonight.
Mm-hmm. Especially tonight.
I don't want to get coffee
because especially after that no-show against Dallas. There, if there's one game that they better be up for, it's tonight. There with Cutter coming to the building, because the worst thing would be
on that one. You're not wrong there.
You know, all we need is him pulling off a couple points there against us and shutting us out.
I hope he has a big fat -3, no goals, no assists, and he gets his ass beat in a fight.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
I bet you there's a couple fights tonight.
Yeah, maybe. Our old pal Gudis is there, and obviously Trouba there.
Gudis, Trouba. They got some guys who can drop the mitts, and we got Hathaway, Sealer. If Delorier wasn't still hurt, but
yeah, that's a weird one. Delorier there.
Yeah.
I really don't know what's.
I don't even know how he got hurt either.
It
just came out of nowhere, and he must have got hurt in practice. But
yeah, that's what I'm assuming. I remember when it happened. When they put him on IR, they had said that retroactive to a week ago or something. He got hurt at practice, and it's okay, but I don't know. It seemed kind of fishy at the time, and it's okay, but
like I said, it just came out of nowhere. So
it's a roster spot, and then he went down.
Yeah, and the fact we haven't heard anything with his recovery either. It's just the whole thing is just a tad strange for sure. But hey, what are you gonna do? Hopefully, I hope Delorier is healthy. Hopefully, he gets better soon. It's always good to have a guy who can throw the mitts to give you that energy spark from time to time. I know he's not much in terms of someone who's going to provide any real, skill to the game, but sometimes you need a little jolt with what he can provide. So,
yeah, what?
God, some bad signs.
We have Hathaway and we have Sealer. Look, they're not heavyweights whatsoever. Yeah. But I find just in general, the Delorier type, the real actual fighter. I don't know, man. They're not really in the game no more, and now it's more these Nick Sealers and these Hathaways that can play and can drop them if they got to,
Yeah.
So if we can maybe get another guy
I'm calling it now. There will be a fight in the first 30 seconds tonight. That is my bold prediction for this. It's going to be. I think this is going to be a lot different than the game you saw in Anaheim, where there really wasn't much rough stuff. I don't think you see that tonight. I think there's going to be some real, like I said, some real disdain found at one point in this game. But we'll see. I hope I'm right in that retrospect, but we'll see.
I wouldn't mind seeing a little fight. A little entertainment there.
They fought a lot last year. And, I'm not that I think it makes that much of a difference. It does sometimes get the boys to get a bit of a jolt and get them loose and ready to play a little harder. But, that's one thing I've noticed this year compared to last. They haven't fought nearly as much. They fought a lot. I think they had one of the most amount of fights in the NHL last year. But
or was that the year before? I remember when Delorier had a crazy amount of fights.
Oh, I think he had a good amount 2 years ago. Last year was a mixture of guys that dropped the gloves, but he had a good amount this year for sure. I mean, 2 years ago for sure. And then last year was you saw Delorier drop them, you saw Hathaway, you saw Sealer, Farabee got in a scrap or two. I think I remember Couturier getting in one. So It was more of a mixed package last year compared to what we have right now. But yeah, those of you who are here, not many yet, but you guys are coming in. Ask us some questions. Talk along with the game with us. Give us anything you're willing to talk about. We're here. We're open to watch this. Goalie matchup tonight. John Gibson, 7-5-2 record, 2.69 goals against average, 0.916 save percentage. He was not in net, if I remember correctly, last time. He was docile. Where Urson, 9-7-2, 3.02 goals against average, 0.883 save percentage. Urson does have a shutout this year. I don't remember what game he got the shutout in. But
it was a couple games ago.
Was it? Oh, he had the split. Yeah, it was him. That was the game against the Sharks. They had the split shutout.
Oh.
So maybe they're counting that.
Let's see here.
I am looking forward to this one. I think there's going to be some real animosity.
Nah, there should be.
And you know what I hope happens too? Every time Jamey Drysdale touches the puck tonight, the place erupts in cheers. Just to show, we support our guy. We got his back. This is what you could have been. I hope Jamey Drysdale gets a huge ovation every time he touches the puck tonight. That would be cool, too.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
They better play, but this better not be like the last few live streams we done. I really can't do another dead performance.
He shut out Boston on the 29th of October.
Oh yeah, that 2-0 game. That's right.
Yeah, and he was riding a shutout again against Boston, and that's when he got hurt.
Yeah, that's when the injury problems began. You ever notice it seems like we always have an injury against the Bruins? I think Konechny got hurt against them. Phil's last year or 2 years ago. I think Couturier got dinged up last year against them.
Oh, could be.
It seems like we always have a game against the Bruins where someone leaves injured.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, is it? Oh no, it's San Jose. Okay. Yeah. Oh well. Hopefully, it goes a little better tonight.
Who's your first goal prediction tonight?
Oh,
Rick does this sometimes. So
tonight. Let's go with Tyson Forster.
Not a bad pick. He's been hot tonight recently. He's gotten first goal in a couple games recently. The second Toronto game, the Vegas game. Oh, no. Or was it the first Toronto game? He got it in one. No, it was the first Toronto game. I'm sorry. But Nicole's, he had two hanging out a little bit. So,
hey, Nicole.
Hello.
Sit on this side, hon. I'll move over a little bit just so I can see the TV.
That's where all the mugs are.
I can't wait for this first shift. He is going to get paraded with booze.
You think Anaheim puts him in the starting lineup? Like the start?
They don't have the balls to do that. And nope, he's not. He's on the bench. They don't have the balls to put him in the starting lineup. You kidding me?
Okay,
There would for sure be a fight in that first shift, I think, if that happened. Puck drop, game underway. Let me know when you're at for the stream. I kind of want to see if we can be close to mirroring.
Where am I at right now? I don't know. I'm still in commercial right now.
Oh, they had 9 seconds in. It was just an icing. Oh, even the linesman just got booed after that icing call. Damn.
Oh.
Goodness on the ice for this shift. I will say, I do like Anaheim's jerseys.
Yeah?
And we're already having a discussion. I can't talk.
I like their I like that they went back to the old logo. I don't really like the new color scheme though.
Yeah, I will say, you know what I did? I thought the Ducks' old jersey wasn't that bad personally. But I know people didn't like them because it was such a step back from what they had before. Because that Mighty Ducks of Anaheim jersey was legendary.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone had one of those jackets or hats, whether you were a hockey fan or not. It was like the casual thing you had. All that chanting, "We want Cutter." And it's loud. That was nice. Hey, we want Cutter. Yeah, get out here. York. And glove save. Let's see when he comes out for that first shift. Out, Cutter's on the ice, and here come the boos.
Oh. Just as we expected.
Oh, he's getting it hard. He's it. I don't think I even heard Crosby get it this bad before.
Also, Michkov's on a line with Lixell and Couturier?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, connected. Had Frost. Just missed it. Oh, and there's a FU Cutter chant going. And it's loud enough where they can't really blur it. I'll tell you, they've come out with some jump. I'm proud of them for that.
Yeah.
Oh, good big Morgan Frost save.
I think I'm about a minute 30 behind you.
What are you at for time?
Right now, I'm at 19:07.
I'm at 18:39.
Yeah, because it just stopped play right now. Yeah, see, I just got Cutter on the ice right now.
Oh, wow, you are behind. Wow. Right in the breadbasket, that shot went. Are you one of the... would you get upset if I gave anything away by accident on a goal or something like that? All right.
No, that's okay.
I always want to get a check-in. If so, I can always pause it for a moment. I'm not like Nordy, our friend, our Montreal friend who gives everything away.
No, it's okay. For the live stream, it's fine.
Yeah.
Because usually what I do is I always, because my games are usually always a bit on delay, so I turn my notifications off on Twitter.
That's smart.
Yeah. It really, like, I don't know, like, it plays with my head. So I was like, oh, no, I can't.
Yeah, the whole game's been in the offensive end so far. So, like, Sell, Couturier, and Michkov. I like the Sell part. I don't like... Well, you know what? At least Couturier does still provide a respectable two-way game, a pretty decent two-way game. Yeah, you're not going to get much offensive output out of him because he's slow as a slug.
I think it should be okay.
Yeah. I'll say this. It's different from Frost, and to me, that's a win. I don't want Morgan Frost in a line with him anymore. Did you notice John Tortorella acknowledged that, too?
No.
That he acknowledged that trio is not working?
Oh, yeah. The line, yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of knew that it was inevitable. They had to make that breakup at some point. Yeah. I'm glad they did.
No choice. Look, they haven't been doing much of anything lately. Even Tippett.
Oh, sure, for sure.
Struggling through the last few games, so we gotta shuffle with what we got, right? So
good shit from the Michkov line, I will say. Like so, Couturier and Michkov got a good shift going. And puck is out of the zone, and that'll be another icing. The entire game has been in the offensive end so far, so that's good to see that playing with some jump.
Yep.
44, 69, and 10. That is a yucky record. Greg Cronin. This is the dude that people have said is like even more of a hard ass than Torts is, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I keep on hearing that how miserable the players are. It's
they do not like it there. Yeah.
Oh, I think maybe they need to make a change too soon.
I could see him getting let go after this season. I don't think he'll be in season, but
nah, they're too far. There's no point in making an in-season change.
Yeah, they're not. They know they're not a playoff team with or without this coach. But shots 3-0 Flyers right now. 16:48 to go in the first period. Literally, there has not been any play in the Ducks' end outside of icing dumps.
Yeah, it's true, eh?
And we're over 3 minutes in, so that is a pretty solid sign. They have come out with some jump.
See if they can capitalize at least.
Yeah, I'd like them to get the first one here. Zamula with the puck behind the zone. I will play the horn tonight if there are goals. We have the Flyers goal horn on this, so
nice.
Little cool tidbit for people who do not know. Trouba up. Now the Ducks have a little offensive zone time. There you go, Urs. That was a weird angle shot, but good save. And guess who's back on the ice?
Gooder?
Oh, man, that is a ruthless chant he's getting. They are dousing this kid right now.
As they should.
He deserves it. You know what's wild, too? Oh, what a move, Paley! Oh, couldn't get a shot off. That was a pretty move. But it's crazy, too. He came out to the media today, or not today, yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
And stated that, oh, yeah, I wish they knew the truth, but I'm not going to badmouth the city. Why don't you say what it is then? Why don't you say what it is? What's holding you back? Borderline stating that the Flyers held you at gunpoint and threatened you.
Yeah.
Not that I witnessed, wish for that. You just say it.
I don't know. When I heard that, when I read it, whatever, it was just a weird thing to say. No,
like you're just making yourself look worse. Like you're
it's not my fault, but I'm not gonna tell you why. What?
It's just bizarre, and he pulls himself out as this victim. He personally. You didn't talk to Leclerc or Briere or fucking Patrick Sharp when they sent out to friggin' Sweden. All three of these players are highly respected former NHL players. You completely shut off the organization for 8 months before they moved you. Why is it their fault? I don't understand.
Me neither. And if I'm correct, if I understood the situation correct, he told them even before, basically at the draft, right?
Yeah.
Am I mistaken? It was that's when they had first gotten a notice saying that he wasn't gonna sign with them. It's that's just 3-4 months after. I don't know. It's just weird. Just a weird situation.
Like I said, the thing that I'll tell you, Jamey Drysdale came this close to scoring. I think he had it beat, but 43 on Anaheim. Helenson, I think, just blocked an open net. Otherwise, that goes in and it's 1-0. Oh, good big Forster. You almost called that. Shots 8-1 Flyers right now. We're not even 6 minutes in. They have come out with some real energy right now, and I like it. You see the score of the Senators Pens game today?
4-0, no?
5-0.
It finished 5-0. Okay.
Yeah. They had five at one point. They had 5 goals. I think on 13 or 14 shots. Like it was just Giroux had 3 primary apples too.
Nice.
Always keep my tabs on him. Well, I'll always check an Ottawa Senators game to see if he got any points. So I think he was at 1,090 going into that game, so that should get him to 1,093. He is 7 points away from 1,100. And we're on the topic. Have we had is Claude Giroux a Hall of Famer discussion before?
Us, no.
So let's have it. Is Claude Giroux a Hall of Famer?
I think he is, but like not like a first or second ballot.
No, I agree with that. He's definitely not a first ballot. But Konechny just missed. Yeah, the thing is he doesn't have the individual hardware. Scores!
Oh, who got it?
I'll say that for more. Philadelphia goal scored by number 48. Goal. Oh yeah, it was a redirect pass. It was a redirect pass from Konechny. Frost got a stick. Oh no, it just hit a skate. Didn't even shoot it. It just hit Frost's skate and went in.
Oh, nice.
So that is Konechny's 47th point of the year.
47, that's nuts.
That was a beauty. Oh. Now that should, once the shot total updates, it'll be 9-2. But yeah, in terms of Claude, in terms of Claude Giroux, the thing that holds him back is the individual hardware. I still believe he's a Hall of Famer personally. You know, when you put up, he's probably going to get at least 1,200 points, my guess, give or take. He's at 1,093, and I don't think he's going to retire after this year.
No, the way he's going.
He'll get to 1,100 this year. He'll probably get be at around like 1,120 this season. He has lost a step, I believe, this season. Ooh, that was a weird play. But he still should get probably over 50 points. He'll probably, I think he's going to end up at least at around 1,200 minimum.
No, I think he has the points to get in. You can't say at one point, like, I think he was like a top 10 player for a good couple of years at one point in the league.
You could even argue top 5 at some point. I think 2012, especially when he was really coming onto the scene, his breakout year, he was probably right around top 10 at that point. I mean, top 5 at that point. Like, there was the big speech, obviously, from Peter Laviolette that when the best player in the world tells you, I want that first shift, it tells you all you need to know about Claude Giroux. And then the Sam Girardi tweet where he said, I think we had the passing of the torch today from Crosby to Giroux. At that point, now, obviously was a little over the top, yes. But was Claude Giroux in 2012 considered a top 5 player? I think so. I don't think there was 5 other players better than him. Malkin, Crosby. Are we counting Lundqvist? Are we counting goalies?
No.
Yeah, so those two. Stamkos was in his prime then.
Ovechkin.
Yeah, OV. And that was probably it for forwards. I mean, Patrick Kane.
All right,
maybe he wasn't top 5. Now I mentioned that. Maybe he was top 10. I think you probably
I'm thinking top 10. He saw like Joe Thornton.
I think he was better than Thornton at that point. His 2012 campaign, I think he passed him at least at that season. Then he kind of, he hovered a bit. 2014, he had the Hart Trophy finalist. I still to this day don't know how he wasn't a finalist in 2018. That was a crime.
That was the Taylor Hall year, right?
Yes. I had no issue with Taylor Hall winning it. Claude Giroux was a finalist over Anze Kopitar. There's nothing anyone can tell me otherwise. in the 2018 season that tells me Anze Kopitar was better than Claude Giroux, at least in that season. Not talking all-time careers, obviously, but the 2018 season, Giroux carried them. He 34 goals, 68 assists, had a 102-point campaign, his best season of his career, all-time, his best season in all three statistical landmarks, I believe.
Yeah.
Actually, no, because he had a 35-goal season his first year in Ottawa. Where did that come from? But at the time, his best. He had the second most points in the league. Ooh, that was close. The most out of any playoff guy. He was top 10 in many different stats. He was tied for the league lead in assists. That one just angered me that year.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? Like, sucks, but you know what? Like, if I'm not, yeah, because Taylor Hall pretty much carried the Devils to the playoffs that year. Like, they literally had nobody except for him. So, but still, like, it's not like the Flyers had a bunch of world beaters on their team either.
He didn't really have too much help that year. Like, that was the year he made the transition to left wing and was put on Couturier's line constantly. And that was the best. I will say, I crap on Dave Hackstall a lot. But that was probably the best move of Dave Hackstall's tenure here, was moving Giroux to the wing. Because you could tell in 16 and 17, the center spot was getting too much for him. He had his career worst year in 17. He was dealing with the wrist issues. He only had 56 points, I think, in 17. They move him to the wing, and he's suddenly back to the Giroux, maybe even better, that we knew. But
wasn't that the sports hernia season?
Was that 17? Well, that was at 16.
Because it was him and Gossesbear the same year that had the sports hernias.
Maybe it was 17, because Ghost had an off year in 17.
Yeah.
Ghost had that was Ghost's best year too.
Yeah.
Because Ghost had like a 65-point campaign as a defenseman. And that's when we thought we had our superstar first pairing D-man. And he was great.
That one still, I know it bothers you. That one still bothers me.
It was 17?
No, I'm just saying, like, the whole Gossesbear thing still bothers me.
That was all on AV.
I
give Fletcher a lot of crap for stuff. That one wasn't on Fletcher. That was all Alain Vigneault.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, Fletcher maybe could have been like, but like, listen, like, he's literally one of our best defensemen. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Anaheim penalty, too many men on the ice. Flyers getting the power play. But yeah, and I don't know what it was between Alain Vigneault and Shane Gostisbehere. You know who hated him more than anyone, AV? Was Jake Voracek.
Yeah, Voracek hated him.
Damned AV.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
I was a big Voracek fan. Like, I loved Voracek.
I didn't. He still has me blocked on Twitter, and I still don't know why to this day. I didn't badmouth him. I think it happened in a random game against Florida where I said, why did he make this play or something like that? But anyway, Flyers power play. They actually won an offensive zone face-off, so they are set up for once. Why is Scott Lawton on the power play? That would make me inclined to believe if Lawton's on the second power play and I don't see Mitch Cobb out there yet. Tippett takes it back. Connecting. Frost to TK. TK, Drysdale. TK, Drysdale. Good puck movement. You got to fit something off. TK. Pulled his best impersonation of Owen Tippett. All right, get the second unit out there.
Yeah, Mitchkov's still on the first unit, eh?
No, he's still in the second. It looks like they put Lawton on the first unit to take what's his name slot. It looks like Farabee's spot. I don't like Ristolainen on the power play at all. All due respect to Risto, but he should not be on the power play.
Yeah, no, he's not. The only reason I could think he could bomb it from the top, but other than that, he's not a real.
He's not a guy who's going to cycle the puck.
No,
I think you should have, if it's not Risto, it should be one of probably Sanheim realistically. He at least can provide some level of offensive game, and he's a threat to shoot the puck. But Michkov with the puck on the left end to Risto, back to Michkov. Good pass, cross ice. Kate shot save. That would have been a Michkov point. Kate's got Rob 5-hole. And penalty is over. Well, that looked like a trip. Oh, nice play, Palin. Oh. Now, they have really outplayed Anaheim. Anaheim just looks rattled right now.
Yeah, I know.
It's not just Cutter; it's the whole team.
No, they're just not. They're not a
good team, but this has just been complete domination. Like the Flyers have had the puck in the offensive zone probably about at least 75% of the game. I don't think that's an exaggeration either.
No, not at all. Honestly, look, right? Like I know I'm a little behind you, but right now Anaheim has 4 shots on net, and I don't even remember seeing 4 shots. Where did these shots even come from?
FU Cutter continues to be blasted.
I'm curious if Gibson's gonna finally get traded this year. I don't know the podcast I was listening to. Someone was mentioning, maybe Gibson to the Flyers. No.
Let's see. Well, Anaheim with some rare offensive zone time. Just another episode there where I am not a giant fan of the hybridizing. I had a parlay. That never happens. Five. So what's your impression of the Flyers, the way they've come out in this game?
Well, I like that they're putting pressure on the Ducks, and I like that they're controlling most of the pace of the game. Would be nice.
Establish the forecheck for sure. They have been suffocating them all game.
We got one, so that's good. But
weird one, but one nonetheless.
Yeah. Could put a second in there. But no, I can't. Honestly, the effort is there. Can't compete.
For sure.
You know, but
now all this game's missing is a Mitchkov point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Need that. I don't want to keep hearing Rick and Nordy tell me, oh, yeah, Lane Hudson now is the points lead. Must be nice.
Yeah. Probably just like, he's a rookie. It's going to happen, right? He's going to go with stretches.
You know you're going to hit the rookie wall. Like, it happens to everyone.
Even I think I haven't looked at the stats, but like apparently even they were saying Celebrini too is hit a little wall now too. So
yeah, he's been kind of quiet lately too. I think he's only got like 1 point in his last like 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, so it happens to all of them. Like, look, even Hudson was a little cool at the beginning. Now he's
he had 11 and 20 games. Hudson's going to cool down at some point. He'll have a point where he gets like 5 points in like 20 games or something like that.
Exactly. No, I'm not worried.
Some score updates around the league. The Canucks are up on the Leafs 1-0. Stars Habs scoreless right now. Lightning and Devils tied at 1. Palat and Hedman with the goals there. Blackhawks with a 1-0 lead over the Oilers. Columbus up 1-0 over the Blues. Jets up 1-0 over Colorado. And then finals from earlier today. Bruins beat Florida 4-3 in overtime, despite being outshot 43-18.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Swayman. Florida tied that game with 2 seconds left, and then the Bruins won it in overtime with 2 seconds left. Want to talk about weird? Wow. Both weird goals at that. Anyway, moving on. Kraken beat the Sabres 6-2 today. So Flyers, no matter what, will not be in last in the East. And the Sens beat Pittsburgh 5-0. That was an absolute blowout. But, yeah, so I will say Flyers have definitely been feeding off the fans, that's for sure. In the way they've started, they've been high energy. They've been attacking the puck constantly. The forecheck's been good. The puck movement's been solid. They haven't made any sloppy turnovers. And in the defensive end, they're limiting opportunities. And that can't be stressed enough that all that is happening. Let's see here.
I didn't realize Buffalo lost. I think it was Taiwan.
Yeah, Buffalo got smoked. Oh, Ursa made a save, but he thought it was behind him. And guess who almost got the goal? Thank God, because if that happened, I would have been pissed. Good save, Urs. I think that was good to you, at least. Here goes Brink, dumping Chase. Oh!
What?
What a hit by Bobby Brink! He is hurt. Dumoulin just got lit the fuck up by Bobby Brink.
Brink?
That had to been accidental. That had to been accidental. I have never seen Bobby Brink light someone up like this. I gotta see this on replay. That had to have been an accident. Oh, no! He lit him up! What a hit! Bobby! I didn't know you had it in you!
He's a feisty little guy. Oh, Brink's a feisty little guy. I find this year he's playing with a little more edge.
He's got more of a burst. We've mentioned this on prior pod episodes. He's playing with more burst, more tenacity. He's been quicker to the puck. He's a part of the reason why that Forster Cage Brink line has been so successful.
Oh yeah.
He lit Dumoulin up.
Yeah, I just saw it now. Yeah. That was a really nice hit. Clean too.
Clean, beautiful. Didn't leave his skates. Good hit. Okay, out of the zone. That caught me off guard. I was not expecting that. I like that they have like so with Mitchkov. That is a line combo I'm actually cool with. And you know, at least they're trying someone different. I'm not, like I said, Couturier. At least he has a good two-way game, as slow as he is. I'd like to try, like I said, I'd like to try Mitchkov with Forster and Cates. I wouldn't mind giving it a shot.
Mm.
But I understand not wanting to break that lineup because it's been so successful.
Yeah, no. Can't mess with something that's working. Especially
Like, so I understand.
The only thing that's working right now. So
yeah, for sure. 1-0, late stages, the first. I will say one thing that I feel like they have that he's been noticeable tonight so far tonight too, Mitchkov. I feel like that line has created some opportunities. Like Sells played with some bursts too. I like the way he's played.
I really liked Sells training camp. I honestly really felt bad for the guy when he didn't make the team.
It was that and that's just an example of the attrition that this team has. If he made the team, he would have been a 13th forward probably. Yeah, who misses if he makes it? That's the big issue. But
well, that's why also that's we're talking about today with talking about Briere, and he's gonna have to make some moves this offseason.
Oh, for sure.
You have a guy like Sell, and then you even have Tuamala that's playing pretty well too in the AHL. These guys are gonna need time up here.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta make space for them. And one thing, you know what? Knock on wood, the Flyers forwards this year have been pretty much healthy. No issues whatsoever, other than the Laurie, but he got hurt when he was a scratch. So,
I'm trying to think. I feel like the defense has been a little dinged up. Drysdale missed time.
Yeah.
Sealer, I think, missed a little bit of time at the beginning of the year. Ristolainen's finally having a healthy season, which is always good to see. He's been plagued with injuries since he's come here.
Yeah.
But yeah, forward wise,
no, I don't. Well, I don't think a forward has missed Oh no, I think maybe Coots missed a game when he was. Did Coots miss a game or two at one point? I think he may have.
They're showing Lindros's first game back as a Flyer in 2002, and when he was at the Rangers, that was that. You want to talk about something that broke my heart? That messed with me.
I'm gonna show you something. Hold on a second.
What do we got? Big E bobblehead?
This is a Pavel Brendel bobblehead.
Ooh.
Pavel Brendel. One of the pieces in the Lindros trade.
So my buddy Dakota, who lives out in Canada, he's actually a huge Ottawa Senators fan. That is a trip. Flyers getting to the power play, by the way. He'll randomly send me stuff, and I'm very appreciated. Shout out to my boy Dakota, by the way. I appreciate all the stuff you sent me. He got me a signed John LeClair jersey.
Oh, nice.
But it's a beauty. Nice. This ain't coming out the box.
No.
This is staying right there. Another thing I got a few cards. Let me grab it here out of my little list. A double signing card. You're going to like this one. Reggie Leach and Simone Gagne.
Oh, yeah. Gagne's my
That one's staying also in the package, not going anywhere. We got a few other ones here. He had a Claude Giroux signed jersey card for me, but he forgot to send it. But this one's pretty cool too, the little holographic Giroux card. But I got a few more. I'll show you some of the extra stuff that I got at the intermission. None of it's behind me. It's all I have my TV is set up on a what the hell are they called? An entertainment system or entertainment set. I'll turn I'll show it to you once we go to intermission because I don't want to get copyright issues. But it's on an entertainment system, and I got just Flyer apparel and Dragon Ball Z apparel all over the place.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I got shit all over my basement.
Gibson's injured.
Oh shit, is he?
John Gibson is hurt.
Oh, that's not good.
It was behind the play though. It wasn't even. It was when Anaheim went on the off. I mean, ended up getting a shorty bid. Let's see. Oh, he ran into Forster. He dumped the puck. Forster and him kind of collided shoulders. Forster is fine, but Gibson's a little dinged up.
Oh, that's not good. Well, it sucks for Anaheim.
He's staying in the net, it looks like, though. Can't be too bad.
I maybe just got a little shook up.
What's up?
Maybe just got a little shook up.
Yeah. So that becomes not an offensive zone draw. I thought if there was an injury on the opposition's end, they end up the team that didn't get hurt gets an offensive zone draw for some reason. Oh, what a pass! Let's go!
Score?
Oh, wrong goal horn. And you're gonna.
Jamey Ryan.
And that was all Travis Konechny. Konechny with an absolute beauty of a pass to Jamey Drysdale. And he just beats him far side. Oh my God, Konechny, beautiful pass. But that was also a bit of a defensive lapse too. But great pass, great finish. TK 2 apples already today. And Jamey Drysdale scores on his former team. It's 2-0.
Nice.
Oh, man, that was a beauty. Konechny and Frost pick up the assist. Frost building up that trade value suddenly.
Oh, yeah. No, I just saw it. Oh, that was a beautiful goal.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
That was a beaut, all right.
And it's a power play goal. Yay.
Yeah. Konechny now up to 48 points on the year. I did the pace for him after 41 games. He was on a 90-point pace. He might be even a little higher now. What a season TK's having. He is silencing everyone in this that he's earned this contract. Now, mind you, it's only been we have a long way to go in said contract, but
and technically he's not.
I don't want to go
even in year
one quite yet, but he has looked. He's been fantastic this year. Oh, another fight! We got a fight. There we go. We got a dust up 5-on-5 fight in the corner. Oh! Oh, Watten's throwing hands with someone, and everyone but Cutter, it seems like, has got someone. Cutter's the only guy not throwing hands. Garnet Hathaway dragged Cutter into the mess. He literally, it wasn't anything vicious, but he literally, as he's being held by someone, just grabs him and pulls him, and then Garnett gave him 2 quick jabs.
Good.
Cutter's not saying a word. He's standing there like a punching bag.
Soft.
Watten's going to the box. It might be roughing on Watten. No, I think I saw a duck going there too. Hold on. McTavish and Hathaway. I tell you, Hathaway, at the time, I was a little, I won't say mad at the signing, but confused. But he's such an awesome bottom sixer.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mind the signing when it happened, because I was really kind of, not that I liked Hathaway, but it's like I feel like every time we played against him, he was always such a shit disturber and just always got under the Flyers' skin. When he was with Washington,
always knows how to ruffle other teams' feathers. He makes Delorier expendable.
That's it.
He's a Delorier with skill, in that term at least.
That's why I was a bit confused. I'm like, but why are they signing? We have Delorier. Why do we have to sign this guy? But like,
So I think there's 2 Ducks in the box and only 1 Flyer. I think the Flyers are getting a power play out of this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's only 1 Flyer and 2 Ducks. Oh, no, wait a minute. I think the Hathaway might be going too now. Let's see. Yeah, the box is open. Hathaway joining him. So it looks like it's going to be 4-side hockey. Or maybe just keep it 5-on-5. We'll see. So they're going to keep it 5-on-5, it looks like?
Oh, maybe.
Yes, they are. Matvey Michkov is currently 3rd on the team in ice time for this game, too. That's always positive to see.
Oh, nice.
That'll be an icing. 32 seconds to go. McTavish and Paling started the whole mess. And as I said, everyone but Cutter seemed like they had a dance partner.
Yeah, no, I saw what you meant after. I saw just Cutter like just standing there.
And then, like I said, Hathaway pulls him in.
Yeah, he's like, nope, I don't want to go in this.
No, oh yeah, he wants nothing to do with Garnet Hathaway.
No.
This could be a game that if the Flyers get another one, the Ducks pack it in and just say, we just want to get the fuck out of here. That was an A+ first period, boys.
Yeah, the Ducks.
Oh, more of stuff. More of stuff. Hold on a minute. Another gathering. Sanheim, Zamula in it. Konechny started it. Konechny and I don't know who it is on the Ducks. I can't really see. Oh, that's going to be a roughing call. He threw 2 right hands on Sanheim while he's being held back.
Oh, wow.
I think that was Strome. No, wait a minute. That was Johnston. Okay, I'm sorry. That was Johnston who threw it. I wonder if Johnston's going to end up getting something a little extra in the beginning of the second period for that. Sanheim was being held by the ref, and then Johnston threw 2 right hands at him.
Awesome.
And not only that, Johnston freaking grabbed Sanheim by the jaw, too, for no reason.
Oh, yeah, I'm seeing it now.
I think Johnston should get a roughing. He threw 2 rights. That should be a roughing, and the Flyers should get a power play to begin the second. It's talking about it now. Oh, anyway, that is the first period, folks. Flyers have a 2-0 lead, and I got to say I'm quite pleased with the way they've come out in this game.
I just noticed Gudis just like grabbing like Morgan Frost like a rag doll.
That we all know is not going to go well for fucking Morgan Frost.
Oh, God, no.
Honestly, there aren't many guys on the Flyers, if any, that are going to go toe-to-toe with former Flyer Ratko Gudis.
He's another one, man. Oh, I really bugged me when he got traded. I liked
Gudis when he was here. He was just a dart throw player from Tampa, part of the Coburn trade.
Yeah.
And he ended up being a pretty good second pairing guy. Third. He kind of played more on the third now I think about it, but he was a little bit of a mix between the second and third pairing. And he was on some crappy teams, but I did enjoy Gudis' time here.
Oh, even since he left, because it's like, this guy's just like a fighter, just a scrub. But you know what? Like he played some major minutes in Florida when he was there, and now with Anaheim.
Yeah. There's a picture of Radko Gudas when Florida beat Tampa in the playoffs, where he's just got his mouth open and he's like screaming at the fucking goaltender of the Leafs. I think it was Samsonov. And he's just holding his stick down. He's got his mouth open like a fucking cartoon character and just screaming in his face. I got to see if I can find this picture.
I love Gudas.
There it is. I found it. Hold on a second. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
I love this picture. That is
great.
meme worthy.
Oh, man. Well.
But give me a first period analysis. Let's give me some breakdown on this, because I like the way they played a lot.
I can't say no. I can't say otherwise. I think they played really well. I think they really controlled the pace in the first period. They like you said, man. It seemed like they were in the offensive zone like a good at least 60 to 70% of the time. Like I found Anaheim had a little bit of a pushback towards like the second half of the first. They got a little offensive zone time, but other than that, like no, Philly, that was a domination of a period by the Flyers. And
they came out with some real snarl. They fed off the crowd because the crowd has been in it since the moment the puck dropped. And what I liked about that game is they played physical, and they're not a physical team. We know that. This is one of the smallest teams in the league. But they played physical. They established the forecheck, and they didn't create any stupid turnovers in the offensive end. They were the first half of the period. It didn't even feel like Anaheim had the puck. And they got rewarded with that weird goal from Frost. And then Konechny's been a rock star of this game so far.
Oh, yeah.
Both goals, he's been flying all over the place. He's got two helpers, even if one was a weird one. But the second one was a beauty of a feed to Drysdale attacking the net. He's been a rock star. He's been a rock star all year, though.
Oh, yeah. And no, but I like the physicality. And you know what? Like, yeah, we are a little bit of a small team.
Mm-hmm.
But I find though, like, especially, I think it was, I don't know if it was the second Toronto game or the first one, but at a certain point got kind of chippy. But like, I find like the Flyers really like started pushing Toronto around, and for like a smaller team, like we don't play small. That's one thing I like about our team. We're not the biggest team in the league. We don't have like these massive like quote unquote like goons or anything, but like they play hard, and you know what? At least it's a positive, it's a good thing, because you have some of these smaller teams that play small, and like that's not us. So that's really good going forward. So
you know what they what's good about this isn't a game that's just looked at as a normal game to me and you. They know how much this game has been circled. They know how much the fans have been waiting for this day. So. And they without actually saying it. Oh, so by the way, that Drysdale goal, he beat him 5-0. I didn't realize that, but it was an app. They responded. The building has gone crazy. It's going to be. I hope they can do this for another 40 minutes. Don't have one of your clunker second periods, please. That's all I'm asking for next. But
although they got to come out in the second period with the same momentum that they had in the first, they can't take the foot off the gas. Like, I understand it's not like we're not playing like Dallas or whatever, but at the same time, like, it's still a team. Anaheim still has talent on their team, and so
miserable talent, but talent.
Yeah, but we can't, we can't take the foot off the gas. And no, but like we said, like right after like the no-show on Ed Snyder night against Dallas, like they had to be up for this game. Like
I should have mentioned that in the pod. The fact that this happened during Ed Snyder, that Dallas game was Ed Snyder night. They were so flat.
But like, and I should have said it. But you know what? Like
you weren't wrong
on it. Like they played two really tough games against the Toronto before that Dallas game.
Yeah.
So like in a way, like I shouldn't be too surprised that they no-showed against Dallas. In a way, like they were probably beat, but still, like it's still no excuse to play the way they played the first two periods. But I'm really liking like the pushback in this game, like the turnaround, and so
for sure. And it's good to see that they're responding. They didn't have 2 wet fart games in a row, and I was a little worried about that because I feel like whenever you get hyped up for a game of this magnitude, the Flyers over the last few years have consistently let me down in those type of games. But tonight, they've answered the bell. They've come out hard. They played out, come out with some snarl, and they're feeding off the fans, as I've said. So hopefully this can continue. Don't let your foot off the throttle. If they get a 3rd goal, this game's over.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, yeah.
Then Anaheim is not coming back because it'll be the sheer fact that this team will pack it in and quit. And for you football fans out there, the Houston Texans have eliminated the Los Angeles Chargers 32-12. So throwing that out there too. Texans have moved on to the 2nd round. But let's do some score updates right now. Let me pull this up. So Flyers up 2-0, as we mentioned thus far. Vancouver with a 1-0 lead over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Stars and Habs scoreless after 1. Lightning and Devils are still 1 apiece. Blackhawks now up 2-0 on Edmonton.
Wow.
And struggling a little bit. Let's see. Blue Jackets still up 1-0 on the Blues. Jets up 1-0 on Colorado. Game still to come tonight. Caps and Preds at 8. Isles at Utah at 9. Kings at Flames at 10. Rangers at Vegas at 10. And the Wild and Sharks also at 10. So, let's do a little league talk right now, just in general. Who's your prediction for the 2 wild cards in the East?
Oh, wow.
Ask that question.
That one's tough, man, because it's so condensed, man. Everybody's just separated by like a point here and there. Yeah. I'm still a believer in Ottawa. I am. I just really like their team. It's just Allmark just can't stay healthy this year. He finally found his game. He went on a hot streak and then got hurt.
And he got hurt.
I think they have to look for another goalie. They gotta, like, I don't know if Anton Forsberg is the solution there, but they gotta find somebody.
You can give them one. You want Fedotov?
Yeah.
Actually, might not be a good idea until you know Urson can stay healthy. But because I really don't want to see Cal Peterson in an NHL rank at all. But
no. Well, okay, so I said.
So Ottawa's your first wild card pick?
Yeah.
Who's your second?
It'll most probably be Boston. Like, I think they feel like they figure this little slide out, but I would really like it to be Columbus.
Me too.
Just for the vibes, man. Just for the vibes. Like,
I think it would be so good for hockey if Columbus made the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
Just for everything that this poor organization has gone through over the summer with the loss of Johnny Gaudreau. You want to talk about a way to bring an entire community to root for you and to become such a likable team in that aspect of things would be Columbus going on a run like this. And, you know, I've watched 1 or 2 Columbus games. They look a lot different. They seem like they're all playing for each other, and they've got a much better system out there that they aren't making the dumb mistakes that they were last year, especially on the defensive end. But I look at this, my 2 wild card picks right now. So in the Atlantic, Florida, Toronto, Tampa, I think we'll all make it. In the Metro, Washington, New Jersey, Carolina all seem like they're going to make it as well. And then you got the mess in the wild cards. Right now, I'm going to say Columbus gets the second wild card. And I'm going to say Detroit gets the first one. I think Detroit has turned a corner. I know that they've won 6 in a row. They've been playing really good lately. It seems like I still think the guys are playing as the guys are scammed. Don't get me wrong. But it feels like the top guys like Raymond, Larkin, Sider, they've all been picking up their play lately. I know Patrick Kane's kind of had a rough year. Tarasenko isn't what he used to be, but they're getting what they need from their top guys right now, and that's big. Their goaltending is a question mark. That's the thing. That's the biggest issue with Detroit. If their goaltending starts free falling again, it don't matter what those guys do. They'll be just like us. But realistically, I think Detroit does have a chance to get in. I'm picking them to be one of the wild cards. I think if Omar never got hurt, I would have picked Ottawa. But I don't know, man. They just can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy. I think Boston misses. I do. I think there's some real issues there in Boston. They won today, but they got completely outplayed by Florida. They won because of Jeremy Swayman, not because of the way they played. I watched most of that game. Florida was skating circles around them. But, yeah, I think the Bruins are still in trouble. One win doesn't change my mind. That's their first win since before the break. No, the second win since before the break. I'm sorry. So.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be shocked either. I wouldn't be shocked either if Boston misses. But the thing with me in Detroit is, like you said, goaltending. Yeah, I don't trust their goaltending, even though Talbot's played pretty decent this year. And I don't trust their defense either. I
can't argue with.
Mo Seider is great, but like when you have to depend on like Ben Sherratt and Justin Holl and Eric Gustafson,
I still don't understand that Wallman trade they made. That made no sense whatsoever. They gave San Jose a legit second pairing defenseman for no reason.
And the thing is, I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure it was Frank Saravalli that said on his podcast. He goes, apparently, I don't know if it's true. Like this is what I heard on this podcast, but like apparently he didn't talk to any other GM, and that's what Saravalli apparently like. There was like almost no contact with anybody else. You just like, okay, I'll give you a second and you take him. Like what? You maybe could have got something from somebody. Like you basically paid to get rid of him for what? For what reason?
That whole situation was just strange.
I don't know. Same thing. Like I don't know. I really don't like the way Yzerman's been handling this rebuild.
I don't either. You're in year 8. Even if they do make the playoffs this year, I'm picking Detroit just purely that I think the top guys are going to carry them there. Not because I think they're going to do anything there. Even if they get there, I think they're a one and done. They're just going to be a chew toy for a Florida or a Washington or a New Jersey. But the fact that they're in year 8 and they're still this stagnant of this rebuild, like I said, the Yzer plan is the Yzer scam because they just don't feel like they're a team that's going to contend.
No. And it's weird because, like, look, I kind of get what he's doing. And it makes sense in a way. But, like, look, he's missed on a couple of his draft picks already so far. These guys are not panning out the way they should be. You bring in these veterans, but you don't bring, like, the right veterans in, I find. It's like, Ben Sherratt, like, really? You couldn't find somebody better than Ben Sherratt to bring in? Jeff Petrie was already past his prime when they traded for him, and now he's 2-3 years. He's pretty much done. I don't know. I
think they had all the chips in on the Steven Stamkos sweepstakes. To be honest with you, is what I was hearing. And when it didn't work out, they ended up pivoting over to Tarasenko for one of their big moves that they were trying to make, at least. But even so, it's probably a blessing that they didn't win that because Stamkos is not living up to that contract at all.
No.
But
it's funny about Stamkos because I'm in like this fantasy league, and last year I had Stamkos on my team, and I traded him. I go, because you saw the decline with him was coming, so I'm like, you know what? Let me get something for him now, and so that because it's a keeper league. I wasn't gonna keep him.
I'm right about to ask you that.
Yeah, so I'm like, no, he's not going to be my keeper anymore. So, and then one of the guys in the league messages, like, DMs me. He's like, what are you doing trading Stamkos? Like, this guy's such a good. I'm like, I'm telling you, this guy's falling off the face of the earth. He's done. He's done. He's being carried by a really good team right now in Tampa, and he's a power play.
Been lucky to have Kucherov for all those years.
So, and look, like, I think he's still not he's still a good player. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but he's not what he used to be.
No, he's a second liner at this point of his career, I think.
Yeah,
To be honest,
maybe even third and like a third liner, but power play and like a first unit power play.
Yeah,
So,
this isn't the Stammer of old. He's definitely, and this has been such a blow up mess by Nashville. Stammer has fallen off. The Brady Shea contract too. That's another one that doesn't get enough flock. He's been terrible this year.
that was an overpay.
I was so shocked that I thought that Carolina was going to re-sign him, and they made the right move letting him walk because he has been not a shell, but definitely not the player he was. He was brought in there to be a stud offensive defenseman, and he's not doing that. He doesn't even have 20 points yet, I don't think.
Well, see, and this is my issue exactly, especially with free agency now, like especially in the cap era, is you saw like Brady Shea was on Carolina. He was playing a second pair. He was playing on a second pair. He was putting up. He was insulated. He was putting up points. Fine. They weren't depending on him to be a first pair defenseman.
No.
And they're like, well, if he's that good as a second pair, maybe we're gonna sign him, give him big money. He's gonna be a great first pair defenseman.
He was attached to Pesci's hip too, so that always helped.
And that's exactly it. So like you had Slavin and Burns on the first pair in Carolina. So he was a very good second pair guy there with Brett Pesci. And then it's like you give him the bag and then he goes to Nashville. Now you want him to be that stud first pair defenseman. That's not what he is.
No.
And that's the problem. That's where you have to be really careful when it comes to free agency. And you have to
because you can be locked into guys long term like this and can bite you in the ass. And Nashville's got at least 2 anchors now. Stammer, they're lucky, is only 4 years, but still, that contract's only going to get worse, not better. Shea, you fucked up there. I'm going to be honest with you. I think the Brady Shea contract is one of the worst contracts in hockey now. It's not the worst. I don't even think it was the worst signing of the offseason. I think the Elias Lindholm and the Chandler Stevenson contract were both worse. But you want to talk about a bad contract. Elias Lindholm, man. My buddy Cam on Hibernation, he won't acknowledge it. But Elias Lindholm, he was brought in there to be a good two-way center who can provide you decent points. And he has done nothing but decline the last 2-3 years. And he told me there wasn't enough consistent data because he was hopping around. And I'm like, hold on a second, man. This guy's been hopping from team to team for a reason. He was attached at the hip of friggin' Matthew Tkachuk and Johnny Gaudreau, and that helped elevate his numbers. Yeah. Now this year, I think he's got what? Did he get a point today? Because he had 20 points coming into it. By the way, the Flyers have a power play to begin the period.
Okay, so they gave him one, right? Yeah, it makes sense.
Yes. That's what it says on NHL.com. No, let me see. Wallstrom. No? Oh, yes. No, Elias Lindholm got a secondary assist today. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. So he has 21 points in 45 games this year. No, it is. Okay, so it is a power play for the Flyers. There's 4 Ducks in the box and there's 3 Flyers.
And the overtime.
Wow. There are some missing spots on the bench right now.
It's going to be a penalty-filled game?
Power play. Huh? What'd you say?
I said, is this going to be one of these like penalty-filled games there, where it's like over 100 minutes in penalty?
Well, there hasn't been any fights. There's definitely been a lot more physicality than the last game. There's been a lot more extracurricular activities, I guess we could put it as. Drysdale with the puck. They got like Sell in the first power play now because of because all the guys in the box, it looks like.
Yeah. Well, it's Anaheim and lots, so.
This has been the crappy Flyers power play we know and hate so much. Well, Flyers got numbers going the other way, though. 3-on-2. Michkov shot blocked. Shoot.
We got our power play goal earlier in the
that's our one for the next 2 weeks.
Exactly. Yeah, for the next 3-4 games, at least. Oh man, we got to do something.
Oh, you're not wrong.
They got to fire Rocky.
I don't know how he came back after last year. You'd think back-to-back last place finishes would be enough. No, guess not. Torts, listen, get rid of him. It'll do wonders. And you know, it's funny. We brought it up, too. It's like, once these guys learn the system, they seem like they get worse.
Yeah, 100%.
And he needs Rocky Thompson. No, not a coach. Let him coach in Pee-wees. That might be too much for him, honestly. Oh, that one just went high. Mitchkov with the puck. Turisto to Brink. 3 seconds left on the power play. Good pass to Cates. Mitchkov behind the net. That's the puck. Still has the puck. Oh, he got double team, but Flyers get the puck back, so no issues. Nope. There's that power play goal for the year. So let's have another little fun convo. Rasmus Ristolainen. You already heard my opinion where I think he ends up. Do you think they trade him? And if so, where do you think he ends up?
Oh, I do think they trade him. I think I've said it before. I think Ottawa, Buffalo, and Dallas make the most sense to me.
Yeah. Ooh, York almost just scored. Gauthier shot saves. Fuck you, Cutter.
But then again, you know what? There's a lot of teams can use a Ristolainen. So
a good defensive defenseman who has now been nurtured to play the defensive game the way he was drafted to be. I mean, did he ever live up to where he was picked? No. But he's a good, steady second pairing guy now. He's been good.
That's what I wanted to bring up in the pod. I completely forgot. But I was, you know what? Watching those 2 Toronto games, I was impressed by Phil Myers.
Yeah, he seems like he's been Morgan Riley's most consistent lineman I've been reading.
Yeah. I remember I even put out a tweet. I think it was the first one. I'm like, did the Leafs fix Myers the way we fixed Risto? Like,
I mean, they just signed Myers to an extension, so
yeah. Like you saw, like he simplified his game. He's not trying to do too much offensively. He's just steady back there, and he's always he is a big body, and he's always had a bit of like that mean streak to him, you know.
Yeah.
So like if they could fix his game, and if you could fix his game and become like a Risto right now, like that's a real.
He was a big body. He was a big body.
That's a real good pickup by Toronto.
You know, we do need. Speaking of Toronto, Morgan Riley seems off right now. Is that just me, or does Morgan Riley not seem like he's having that good of a year?
That seems okay. Oh, I don't know. He seems all right to me.
Not for his standards, I should say.
Oh, maybe not. Yeah. Maybe he's fighting something.
I was listening to something where Steve Dangle was talking about it. Oh, could be a potential breakaway. Never mind. Urson played it out. But they were talking how they were talking just about Morgan Riley's play. He just seems like he's just off. He hasn't really found a consistent line mate this year. And when that happens, is it everyone else's issue or is it a you issue? Like, forced to bring Kate's line out there. Risto almost.
Come on, Risto, increase that trade value, buddy. Let's go.
He's had a good game tonight. He's been everywhere.
He's been the Flyers' most consistent defender.
Yeah. Oh, no argument for me. He almost just buried one on the rush. Tried beating him 5-hole, but he got close. And I don't even think he hit the target anyway, but. Paling, what a big hit. Oh, these guys are playing their balls off tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Oilers got one back on Chicago. That's now 2-1. Other than that, I think all the scores are the same. Flyers almost had too many men. Good forecheck, good back check by Lightsell. That's the shit that keeps you in the lineup and gives John Tortorella a chubby. Oh, good pass, Michkov. Nothing out of it yet, though. But
yeah, who knows how long Fabry's going to be out of the lineup, especially if Lightsell has a good game.
Lightsell's look good tonight. Uh-oh. But, yeah, Lightsell has been noticeable tonight.
Oh, that's good.
He made a really nice back check. And then a huge hit by Paling, too. Did you see that yet?
I think it's coming right now.
Yeah, little to no scoring so far tonight.
Oh, yeah. I just saw the back check now.
That was stuff like that goes a long way. They go a long way with Torts, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll say this too, I don't feel like the Ducks have gotten that many high-quality chances tonight. They've all been contained, very savable shots.
Yeah.
Stuff you look at and say, all right, that's what I'm looking for from these guys.
Very disappointed with some of the Ducks players this year.
Well, it's the system. They hate their coach.
Yeah.
They don't want to be like, I wouldn't be so. I think Zegras is getting moved in the offseason.
I think his value is really down right now.
That's a guy that wouldn't be a bad guy to take a chance on for sure. And you know what make Jamie Drysdale happy?
Oh yeah, because right now, it's going to be 2 years in a row where the guy has not been healthy. And when he is healthy, he's not putting up major numbers.
He needs a change of scenery. It's one of those guys that just desperately needs a change of scenery. Because he had 2 60-plus point campaigns when he first came on the scene. And you're like, this is the next big thing. And he's just been terrible the last 2 years.
That's right.
Between his health concerns and the fact he's just been unable to really do anything.
If you're Verbeek, at this point, what do you expect to get from the guy?
And I think he could flourish again.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it would make sense or even if the Ducks would do it, but maybe a Farabee for Zegras deal, two struggling players, 1-for-1. Maybe
I think Farabee would get pissed at it if he got moved to Anaheim. Not that I blame him.
Well, like who wouldn't want to live in California though? Also, so
shit. But yeah, that would be a trade that could potentially make sense.
Because, like I said, like even if Verbeek is holding out for like a bigger return for Zegers, I'm like, unless you keep him and he has a breakout season next year, like you're not gonna get nothing for the guy right now the way he's playing and with his injury history. Probably gonna have to be project for project at this point.
I think, honestly, like I said, a project guy, or maybe even a center swap. Maybe they consider a Frost for Zegers swap. I mean, that could be something to consider too. But I've actually heard people tell me they think Frost's value is higher than Zegers' right now. And honestly, might not be wrong.
You know what? Yeah, they might not be wrong. Because at least Frost is healthy, and I would have to look. I remember at one point I looked at the stats, and like I know he had more points than Zegers at one point when Zegers was healthy.
Yeah.
This year, and I think I would have to look at last year's point totals.
They're not having one of the wet fart second periods. I mean, they're not dominating like they were in the first, but they're. And that is a penalty on Morgan Frost. That is going to be a hook.
Oh, yeah.
No real argument for me because that was definitely the right call. What do we have to say to the refs, everyone?
Fuck the refs.
You suck. Ooh, you suck.
Oh, I got to get off the loop. I didn't realize that. Yeah, that's. And Ursus looked good tonight too, which is always good to see. He's had a strong game.
Hasn't really been challenged that much.
I know. He's done what's been necessary at the end.
Exactly. He's made the saves he's had to make.
Yeah. Oh, this could just. I thought that was gonna be a shorty bid. Flyers are down to 30th in the league on the power play. Boston officially passed them today.
Oh.
Battle amongst the boards. Flyers are doing a good job killing this one off. Anaheim's really had nothing so far. Oh, here's a chance, mate. Oh, no, never mind. But good job keeping it in their own end. Oh, Hathaway and Paling putting on a clinic right now.
Nice.
What a kill by the Flyers. They are doing nothing. This feels like our power play. Good hit by Risto, and the fans cheer as it's on Gauthier. Nothing crazy, but still a hit on him will get a cheer.
What's their power play ranked?
I don't think it's that high. Let me see. Oh, TK's chirping at Cutter. Oh, that's it. You want to talk about someone who can get him under his skin.
Oh, he's the guy.
He's the guy to do it. Let's see. What is Anaheim ranked right now? They're below us. They're 31st.
Oh, wow.
They're one of the two teams. They're the other team below us. Wow.
Oh,
talk about a shitstorm.
Oh, no, not this.
Good response by the Flyers overall so far. Like I said, just don't let their foot off the throttle. So we talked about the East. Let's do the West. Let me look at the West playoff picture right now. You want to, like, as I mentioned on the pod today, you guys, by the way, who are watching us right now, you'll see that come out tomorrow. Time of release to be determined. Western Conference, it's not quite as tight. So you got 7 teams that you look at that you pretty much think are going to get in. Winnipeg, Minnesota, Dallas, Vegas, the Kings, Edmonton, and Colorado all look like almost shoo-ins to make it at this point. But the last spot, Vancouver's got 46 points and are the OT merchants this year. They've got 10 OTLs. Calgary, they've got 7 OTLs. They're only 1 point back of them with a game in hand. St. Louis, 2 points back of them, but Vancouver is 2 games in hand on St. Louis. And then Utah is 3 points back, same amount of games played. Vancouver hold on to the wild card, or does someone else take it from them? And then Anaheim and Seattle both got 39.
Yeah. Honestly, I think Vancouver probably holds on, depending what happens, like trade-wise, what they do, because right now they're on a major slide.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But the only team because I don't think Calgary. Honestly, Calgary's over. They've blown me away with what they've done so far.
They've been held together by Dustin Wolf. I predicted Calgary to have the worst record in hockey this year at the beginning of the year.
Same here. I seriously thought they'd be the worst team in hockey this year.
And they haven't been.
Wow. Like, they've really, Dustin Wolf's been good, but even, like Huberdeau's kind of bounced back a little bit. You know, like, a couple of the guys that struggled.
Still not living up to the contract, but he's been better.
No. But honestly, I didn't even when they signed him to that contract, I go, this is like it's not
that might be the worst contract in hockey, to be honest with you. Out of all the I think him making what does he make? 10.5 mil?
10.5, I think, yeah.
He's probably worth about 6, realistically.
Yeah, I would say he's about I always thought even with Florida, he was a $7.5 million player, maybe. Because he had that one big year.
Oh God. York, you can't let that pass you. Sorry to interrupt. York just is an easy pass to York, and he lost it out of the offensive zone. Nothing bad, but continue.
Okay. No, but that's it. No, because even look, he had that one really. He had some good years in Florida.
He had over 110-point campaign
because of that one big season that he had.
Yeah. And
I feel like it was always a mirage with him. But anyway. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, the team I think that maybe sneaks in is St. Louis. I think they're the only one that has a chance.
I think maybe because of the coaching, that is a fair assessment. I do also think Vancouver holds on to the slot. They've played some of the season they have been missing Demko. People don't put it into perspective too. So as long as he stays healthy, Vancouver will get it. They won't run away with it, but I do think they hold on to it. Yeah. Calgary, like I said, Dustin Wolf is the only reason I think why they're even this close. He's the only other guy in the Calder race I think that has a chance of entering the top 3. But near wraparound by Konechny. But yeah, he's been. That Calgary Vancouver team is definitely interesting to watch, just in general. We mentioned the Huberdeau thing with Calgary. All the respect to world to Florida for pulling that trade off, because at the time, I had my questions on Florida's side, but man, they may have the best GM in hockey, him or Vegas. Zito he's something.
He should have been our GM.
We had a chance to get him, but we hired Chuck Fletcher.
Oh, don't remind me. I can remind me.
That's just sick to think about.
Oh.
Literally could have had the best GM in hockey, and you had arguably the worst. Second worst I've ever seen in my life, only behind Peter Chiarelli.
Have we ever had the conversation about who you think was worse, Hextall or Fletcher?
Okay, I'm going to say Fletcher, and I'll explain why.
I'm 100%.
Now, don't get me wrong. Hextall sucked, but he at least had the vision of a plan.
Exactly.
It way too over conservative.
Yeah.
And he was too pussyfoot. He didn't even have the balls to even fire his coach, who should have been fired 2 years prior. But
yeah, 100%.
Besides the point. But Hextall at least had the concepts of a plan. He freed up cap space, but he was a terrible draft assessor. He made some good trades. Zach Ronaldo for a 3rd-round pick to the Bruins.
Please.
That's embarrassing. That was how the hell did you get a 3rd for Zach Ronaldo? With all due respect to Zach, I love Zach on Twitter.
Yep.
Awesome dude. Probably one of the most rootable Flyers when it came to like the gritty shit. But how do you get a 3rd for Zach Ronaldo?
Nah.
We did a few other at the Mazzaro's trade. He got some pieces for. At the time, the Braden Shen trade I looked at was a good trade. You got 2 first-round picks for Braden Shen, but you just didn't hit on the 2 picks. That's where the 2 major issues with Ron Hextall came into play. Is he was not a good draft assessor. He missed on a lot of his picks, especially Nolan Patrick and those 2 firsts. That killed him. And he was way too over-conservative. But at least he had the concepts of a plan. Exactly. And then we look at contestant B, Chuck Fletcher. He threw shit against the wall and hope it stuck. If you couldn't trade James Van Riemsdyk at the trade deadline, that is an embarrassment I can't even describe with words. James Van Riemsdyk on an expiring contract. You couldn't even get a 7th-round pick for him. It's the principle of the matter.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my same perspective on the whole situation. And you know what? I tell myself, I'm like, oh, man, like, I understand, look, he had to be fired. I guess he had to be fired, Hextall. But I'm like, man, what if we would have just, like, not fired him then, but, like, fired him in the offseason or something? Like, because one thing I really didn't like was that once they fired Hextall and brought in Chuck Fletcher, he made some moves just to make the Flyers that little bit more better to cost us like a high draft pick.
2019-20 was the 1 year since this run of fucking purgatory that they've had that the team was fun to watch. And then, of course, COVID strikes. But, Fletcher, he made the one trade that he made that ended up being, there was 2 actually good trades. But one of them only lasted a year, and that was the Matt Niskanen trade.
Niskanen, yeah.
You traded, that was, what was it, Niskanen for Gudas, if I remember correctly? 1 for 1? Because he got sent to...
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. So...
And then they got Braun.
Yeah, they got Braun. And I think they got him in a trade from San Jose.
Yeah, for a pick.
And, he made these moves, and the team got better. They look. Yeah. I always. That's one of the biggest what if stories with this for years. If the league didn't stop in 1920, could this team really have competed for a cup? Because they were buzzing, absolutely buzzing, and they just had a 9-game win streak snapped by the Bruins in a game they completely outplayed them. I remember it clearly. Before the stop and stop, they were a point out of first place in the division. And there was only like 13 games left. So you knew they were making the playoffs. But just looking back at it and thinking about it, it's like it's absolutely insane that how things went south from there. The worst move of the Fletcher era was because of AV, and that was a horrific Gostisbehere trade. That was easy. That was an embarrassment.
And look, nothing against Cam Atkinson, but even that, I get why they did it because AV just, I guess, couldn't stand Voracek. But even that one kind of confused me a little bit because I'm like, yeah, I understood that you get the cap hit's a little lower and you got to but then you have to take on the extra year with Cam Atkinson.
Yeah.
But especially at that point, Voracek was one of the best play drivers on our team. even if he was slowing down as a player in general. And
the issue, I think, just came between AV and Voracek. That's
it was just a
that. If the Flyers had a different coach, I don't think that trade would have happened.
Oh no!
But I'm going to be honest. At the time, I was actually excited because I loved Cam Atkinson, and it felt like Voracek kind of checked out towards the end. So I felt like a move was inevitable, and the Flyers needed a good goal-scoring wing back then. And Cam Atkinson, I thought, would have provided that. His first year, he did. He was pretty good his first year. And then it was kind of similar to Vincent Lecavalier. Remember when they got him back in 2014? And how big of that now? It was like a poor man's version of that, I think. Because Lecavalier was was looked at as a sweepstakes. And they ended up winning that. And then the year they got him, Lecavalier had like a 20-goal season the year got him, but he found himself in the fourth line towards the end of the year. Yeah. And it just didn't work out with him at all.
I didn't like that signing. I didn't like the.
I was mixed feelings on it because I thought he was definitely slowing down a bit, but I didn't think he would slow down as quick as he did. That was the big thing.
Yeah, I thought he was washed. I'm like,
no. And he had one good year, and then Flyers got a 2-on-1. He scores! Philadelphia Flyers goal scored by number 74, Owen Tippett.
Oh, Tip got one. Yes.
And another beautiful feed from Travis Konechny. And filthy saucer pass. Wait until you see this pass. Filthy.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm still on the shift before.
Wait until you see the saucer pass by Konechny. He is having a phenomenal game. At this rate, he might find himself in the top 10 in points by the end of this game.
Top player in the league, TK.
Oh, yeah, top player for sure. So Tippett's up to 12 now. So now Flyers got 3 guys with 12 goals.
Beautiful pass. Hey, maybe we got ourselves a line that works now.
Maybe. Now we just need Mitchell to get some goals.
Frost with TK and Tippett. Oh, we'll see.
They've always had some chemistry, I feel like, Tippett and TK.
Very nice.
What a sauce that was. That was just beautiful.
I'm really happy for TK. So far, again, knock on wood, he's healthy.
Oh, this might be the most complete game they played so far this year, arguably. Like that San Jose game was great. There was a Buffalo game early in the year that they played that was excellent. But this is up there. They've looked good tonight.
But what's the common factor? It's all shit teams.
Bad teams.
It's all bad teams. Like we said, they're good enough to dominate the bad teams. They're just not good enough to win against the good teams.
They need to get them, and that's what we talk about. They need a real center.
Yeah.
Hudson got another secondary assist from Montreal. He keeps getting those.
Man, we could just bring in at least at the very minimum.
That was an absolutely beauty of a feed. Tippett's got a shit-eating grin on his face after that. Yeah, I think Anaheim's going to check out now. This game seems like it's as good as over.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're just like, we just want to get the F out of here. You know what? Hold on. Uh-oh. Ducks got a rush. Good save, Urson. I will say this. As long as this game stays as is, in this shit sandwich of a season, I'll at least have this game to at least point to. That they smoked the Ducks in it. Vetrano took a late shot at Anaheim. Lawton didn't like it, and now there's a big gathering. And now they're playing John Cena's music for some reason. Vetrano and Lawton going in the box, it looks like. That was a late shot by Vetrano after the whistle blew for no reason. No, maybe the Flyers might get a power play out of this.
Oh, nice.
Wasn't much. Okay, no, Lawton's going to the box now. Never mind. All right, four-side hockey.
Okay, okay. Coincidental. Oh yeah, I just saw the Toronto hit.
I mean, it was the fact that it was late. It wasn't really all that bad.
Pointless. There was no point to that hit.
Yeah.
None. What did Lawton do?
Do you think it's safe to say that Travis Konechny has had almost a mirror-type career in terms of, like, production to Brad Marchand?
It's getting there, yeah.
Brad Marchand was a very late bloomer. He was. But when he bloomed, he fucking bloomed. And Konechny now, as long as he stays healthy, he's well on his way to having his first ever point per game season. He's got 49 points, and I don't know what we're at right now. This is that 43rd game? I want to say.
Yeah, this is game 43, I think.
Yeah. So even if he doesn't get another one the rest of the game, that's 49 points in 43 games. All primary assists tonight, mind you. That deserves getting talked about, that he is having that trajectory. I think that point per game season looks likely. Here's another rush, and here goes Konechny again. Oh, but he lost the puck this time. He's been everywhere tonight. I haven't seen much of Mitchkov, I feel like, in this period.
No, that's what I thought. Tiki has already 1 point per game season.
He does?
Yeah, it was in 22-23, 61 points in 60 games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I remember.
I probably thought of it that way because he was hurt that year. I think that was the year he hurt his wrist in Calgary.
But technically it was he had a point per game that year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So let me put it this way: his first 82 game season, point per game season. But you are technically right; he did.
Yeah, because if you look at TK's development, and it's like he was on path to become like the player he is right now, but then it was like those 2 COVID seasons. There was that one there in 2021, I guess the shortened season. Like look at now, he had 34 points in 50 games, which it's because the season before that, the actual the season that got shortened, he had 61 and 66. So he was on his way. And then the season after that, he had 52 and 79. But then since those 2 years there, he's just been flying.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like John Tortorella has been the best thing that's ever happened to Travis Konechny because Torts loves this kid. And he plays hard. He's a Torts type of player. And he found another level when Torts ended up pushing him. I saw something today. It was a tweet by Charlie O'Connor. Only 3 players on the Flyers, current Flyers team, have not been healthy scratched by John Tortorella. Can you name them?
Ooh, TK
Only
is one for
3.
sure. I don't think he ever got healthy scratch, TK.
Who?
If I had to guess, Hathaway. Has Hathaway been healthy scratched?
He has not.
He has not.
He has not.
Okay, so that's 2.
Who was the other one you said?
I said TK Hathaway.
Yeah.
I want to say Nick Seeler.
No. He has been healthy scratched before.
He has? Okay.
Mitchkov. Oh, I thought Mitchkov was going to throw hands for a second. They had him and someone face to face. Him and Fabry had chirping a little bit.
So who's the third?
Talking to Mitchkov. But so you had 2 of them. There's one more.
Oh, one more. Drink, yes. Kate, yes. Toy, yes. Drysdale, yes. Farby, yes. Forster?
Nope.
No.
Forster
Okay,
got scratched this year, actually.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Lawton's been scratched. Is it Lawton?
Nope.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Risto?
Nope. You might be surprised at the answer.
Tippett.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
That was a giveaway, I think. Because you feel like Tippett would have been a guy that may have gotten
I don't know why in my head, like, no, he was scratched at least once.
Yeah,
like that first season there.
But what you say under John Tortorella, Owen Tippett has not been scratched.
That makes sense. Okay.
So, end of the second period, Flyers now have a 3-0 lead in a game that looks like they are cruising in. While this game is not 100% over yet, obviously, they look like they're primed to win this game, at least I would think.
Unless
what was your assessment from this period?
I think pretty much same as the first, like just pure dominance again. I thought Anaheim played a little better.
I was going to say, I don't think it was quite as dominant as that first period, but they definitely looked better. I mean, the Flyers are still a much better team.
I love seeing watching just the highlights before the commercials, and just there was a couple of shots that Cutter Gauthier took. One from Paling, one from Risto and one from Owen Tippett.
Oh, you know they're going to give him all that shit, and it's great, absolutely glorious.
Oh, beautiful!
He deserves every little bit of crap he gets. I have no sympathy for this little turd.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Especially, he continues like just denying everything and not taking any blame for the situation.
He could have come out and said whatever it was. He wouldn't get a fraction of this. Just say it then. If it's as bad, oh, I wish you knew the truth. Yeah, you sound like a fucking 13-year-old girl that friggin' hasn't gotten her way.
Oh yeah. Prima donnas.
What a vag. Just say what it is. That's all I want to know.
Plus, he has nothing to lose. You don't even play for the Flyers anymore. If it's something that bad, if something happened to you that bad to make you say, "Well, I don't want to play for this organization," what do you have to lose? And just say it. Like let the fans know. Then, if it's that bad, let the fans know that that their organization are a bunch of douchebags or something. Like, let us know. But no, he won't say it because it's probably nothing that happened that doesn't happen to every other player in the league.
I guarantee what it was is exactly what was talked about. Yeah. He was to promise the roster spot from Chuck Fletcher and co. Chuck Fletcher gets the can. Danny Briere comes along and says, yeah, we kind of want to make sure you actually earn it. So he probably thought, oh, this organization's full of liars. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
And that's
Probably,
why.
and that, you know what the worst part is? That's probably exactly it. And he's like, if you only knew that they told me that they were going to give me a contract and then told me that I had to actually work for it.
Oh, you poor thing. Go fuck yourself.
Hey, come on,
He's
bud.
such a fucking turd. It's so great that they're absolutely clowning Anaheim tonight. Absolutely clowning them. What is it, Cutter? What's bothering you? The people have a right to know. The NHL has a right to know. The fans have a right to know. America and Canada. And you know what? Sweden, Finland, the Czech Republic, Russia. We all have a right to know. Cutter, what is it? What's bothering you? The music's getting intense. We need to know. What is it? Did they steal your money? Did they not promise you a roster spot? Did they not instantly give you a C? Or are you just a baby back bitch? I think that was a good segment.
They ordered the wrong wine at dinner. That was the issue.
Oh, that's it.
Danny Beer ordered red, but he likes white wine, so
exactly.
It's such a travesty that
I wanted it cooked medium rare, but they cooked it medium.
How dare an organization not know what wine I drink and how I take my meat?
How dare they?
Oh.
Well. During the intermission, I'm actually watching. Are you a football fan at all?
Yeah, I follow. Yeah.
Who are you rooting for in the Super Bowl?
Well, I'm an Eagles fan, so
makes sense.
Yeah.
So the big game for you is tomorrow. I'm a Patriots fan for football.
I kind
they are very bad right now. So during the intermission, I got this Ravens-Steelers game on, and I actually today during our live stream I hit a 7-leg parlay.
Oh, nice.
Not in a mass. I won $200. Nothing crazy yet, but I think that's worth mentioning.
Oh, yeah, but tomorrow the game's at the Eagles game is at 4:30. But my daughter has her hockey game at 4:45. So it's like, fuck, come on.
You know what you do? You pre-record it, and you don't look at social media, and you watch it when you get home.
Yeah, I got. I can't really do that. I literally stream everything. And
so at the end of the day, I know that feeling too because you just can't resist too. Like you got to know what happened. That's me at least.
I just follow it on my phone for the time being. I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? I'll miss maybe half. We'll be back for the second half. But then we're going for supper after.
How long is your daughter's hockey game? How long does your daughter's hockey game go till?
Well, it's an hour. But we're going for supper after because it's gonna be late by the time we get home and everything. So I'm hoping the restaurant we go to will have at least a TV playing the game.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Oh. You just gotta request it. I know you're in Canada, but it's a nationally televised game.
Oh, so I don't know. Football's huge. I guess it just depends on the kind of restaurant we go to.
You're in Bills country right now, right? Isn't Canada big with Bills fans?
It's mostly Ontario because they're so close.
Yeah,
like the Toronto area. There's a lot. You'll find a lot of Bills fans there, but in Montreal, it's very mixed because we don't really have a team super close to us. So you'll find a lot of like a lot of Eagles fans, a lot of Pittsburgh fans, New England as well. It's very mixed. Like I had friends that.
Patriots might be the closest team now that I'm thinking about it. Montreal is only about 5 hours from here.
Yeah, it would probably be either New England or New York. Because where we are,
closer to Montreal than New York. I know that.
About literally about maybe a half hour.
Yeah, I'm watching this game right now, and the Ravens are just running all over Pittsburgh. Absolutely gashing them at the moment. Not to get too far off topic, but my Super Bowl pick, I'll tell you this. I'm rooting for Detroit. I love to see the Lions win. I'm a big Dan Campbell guy. Realistically, if anyone but the Chiefs win, I'm happy this year. Enough of them, please. Now I kind of see where the opposition fans are coming from when the Pats were always winning.
Yeah.
Which is quite often. Baltimore just took it down the field on Pittsburgh and ran the ball 12 times and didn't pass it once. That is just sheer 13 times. I'm sorry. That's sheer dominance. Baltimore's just better than Pittsburgh. This is nothing surprising.
Oh yeah. I didn't expect that game to be very competitive.
I didn't either. I had Baltimore winning this game by about 20 at least, or something like that. They're already up 14-zip in the second now with this. Assuming Justin Tucker makes the extra point, and he did. So, who's your Super Bowl prediction? Now we're mixing this up a little bit.
Ooh, I'm kind of obviously I'm rooting for the Eagles.
What that makes sense. Is that who you think makes it, or is that who? Or do you have another team you think makes it?
I like Baltimore, man. I just really like Baltimore. I think they have a legit chance.
You know, here's the thing with Baltimore. This is the best offense I've ever seen them have in their history. This Ravens offense is a wagon.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen have been neck and neck for MVP all year. And that will most likely be a second-round matchup to see who gets to play the Chiefs in Arrowhead, which kind of sucks because I would have preferred to see one of them play the Chiefs right away. But when I'm looking at this right now, this Ravens team does look good. I used to detest Baltimore. Hated them with every fiber of my being. They were my least favorite team in the league during the second half of the Brady era. This team now is so much more likable. This one giant turd, though, that they still have, I can't stand. And that's John Harbaugh. I detest him as a coach. I love Lamar Jackson. Humble dude, very respectful, hey, all-around elite quarterback, future Hall of Famer, in my opinion.
Probably, yeah.
Has the entire package. He's already got 2 MVPs. Has a chance to win his third this year. He's a future Hall of Famer, in my opinion. He's just got to win the big game.
Yeah.
And in the AFC, I think them or Buffalo.
Yeah.
I don't think Kansas City makes it this year. I think they're going to falter. I don't think they'll falter in their first game because they're likely going to play Houston unless if one of Baltimore or Buffalo loses. And Baltimore doesn't look like that's going to happen right now.
No.
I'd be shocked if Buffalo loses to Denver. So, and I don't see Houston beating the Chiefs.
I don't think Buffalo loses to Denver, but Denver's a scrappy little team.
Denver is like what the Flyers were last year.
Yeah.
They play hard, and I can't stand Bo Nix because I'm an Auburn fan for college football.
Okay.
And I can't stand Bo Nix. So I'm kind of rooting for Buffalo. New viewers, if you're wondering what we're talking about right now, we're just in between periods. We're just talking about the NFL playoffs that have started today. But if you have any Flyers thoughts, drop them in the comments section. I'll be more than happy to talk about that right now. But I'm actually, even though Buffalo's in our division, I wouldn't be too mad if Buffalo went on a run this year. I just can't do the Chiefs again. Anyone but them. But my rooting interest and my pick is Detroit. I have Detroit over Baltimore. That's my pick. But that can always change.
Yeah. I don't know.
Daryl Adams 331. How are you guys doing? Think Habs will make the playoffs and think the Flyers will. I think Montreal is a shot for sure. They seem like they flipped the switch since Patrick Laine has come back. You'll be seeing our Flyers podcast tomorrow that we're going to be dropping, and we mentioned this. Rick mentioned this actually, that it seemed like that they were rewarded for their play with the acquisitions of like Patrick Laine and Carrier. So I think this Montreal team is very bought in right now. I think Martin St. Louis has done a fabulous job with them. And I said myself, if St. Louis didn't show progress with this team this year, I wasn't asking for playoffs. But if there wasn't a level of progress, that he should be on the hot seat. And they've shown the progress. They have. So his job's safe, even if they don't make the playoffs. Do I think they make it? I think they're going to fall just short. I don't think they miss by a lot. I think they're going to be what we were last year, in it to the very end. I think they're going to miss the playoffs by about 2 or 3 points, if you want my honest guess. I think we made a prediction on this earlier. My 2 teams I predicted to get the 2 wild cards are Columbus and Detroit. And if it makes you feel better, I think Boston misses the playoffs. And to answer your other question, do I think the Flyers will? No. I think they are destined for a top 10 pick. Because there's just too many holes on this team, and their goaltending is abysmal. What do you think?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. I think, look, Flyers, I don't expect them to make the playoffs at all. It's definitely unless again, like you said, like our episode's gonna drop later tomorrow or something. But unless the Flyers make some kind of huge trade where they get like a Pedersen or something and actually try and compete, but I really, really doubt the Flyers have a shot at the playoffs. And honestly, like I've said this before also, like it's the best thing for us is to miss the playoffs and get as high a pick as we possibly could. Because look, Montreal is rebuilding just like we are, but they're also a couple years ahead of us in their rebuild because they started their rebuild a couple years before we did.
I think they started in what, 21?
It was they literally started technically started right after they made the Cup final when Carey Price and Shea Weber both retired, basically, and they were done. So that's pretty much. It wasn't the official rebuild, but I think that was like
2021-22, we'll call it.
Yeah. So look, and Montreal, this is pretty much like you said, this is the year that they should have started basically taking a step. And to be perfectly honest with you, I really like the way their rebuild is going. I really like what Kent Hughes has done. He's picked up like Laine, like Carrière and everything. Like they picked up some pretty good young pieces that like were, I guess, like cast-offs or something from other teams. And I really like what they're doing there. And I don't think they're gonna fight for a playoff spot. I think for the rest of the season, I think they'll be there. I don't think this is the year where they should do like something crazy and try and add to make the playoffs. I think you keep it as status quo. This is like, let's keep the team. This is the team we got right now, and let's see what this team can do on its own. And then I think next year is where you start maybe tinkering with the lineup.
I think Montreal makes the playoffs next season. This season, I think they're going to need a little bit more. I think they need more depth scoring is probably one thing I look at that. Jake Evans has been on a mission. So, you add him. Yeah, but outside of that, I don't think they haven't gotten much from their depth scoring. Like, Nick Suzuki's been playing great. Patrick Laine has been a machine since he came back. We don't even need to talk about Lane Hudson. We know how good he's been.
Oh, yeah.
He's been an apple machine. Dude, I'm going to call him the apple tree. And one thing they needed was a good defensive defenseman. And that Carrier trade they made with Nashville was a fleecing. What did they trade? Barron? Justin Barron?
Yeah, Justin Barron.
I don't know what Nashville was thinking with that trade. That was such an awful move by them. So to answer that question, I think Montreal ends with about somewhere in the mid-80s in points, but they do miss playoffs. Where I look at the Flyers, they're going to be in like maybe a little bit lower, maybe like low 80s. I had them, I think, at 80. Originally 83. I had Montreal maybe at like 87. We'll be at like 83 with the 9th pick. Montreal will be at like 87 with like the 13th pick is what I got.
I really like look, Barron wasn't working out in Montreal. Like he's a more offensive-minded defenseman. Carré is more like defensively oriented, I guess. And I think it's one of those trades where, look, I think it's going to probably well, we'll see what Barron ends up becoming, but like it might work out for both teams.
Oh yeah.
Because Nashville needs a little bit more. They got younger. They got a younger player with a little more upside, and we'll see how it pans out for them.
I think they just need a. Nashville's fucked, in my opinion. I don't know what they can do from here. They've got all these long-term contracts now on a team that's sinking in the bottom of the West Conference. So third period looks like it's about to start. It actually just has.
You know, like they just back on Nashville for like 2 seconds. Like they put Dante Fabro on waivers, a former first-round pick, and look, the guy's been killing it
And not to interrupt you real quick. W goal scored by number 25, Ryan Poehling.
Talking about Montreal, former first-round.
Yeah, former first-round pick for Montreal. Yeah, this could break open in the third.
Yeah. Hey, we're finally
24 seconds into the third.
We'll finally get to see a win on the live stream.
They are smoking Anaheim. What did I originally predict? 7-1?
7-1, I think you had said.
I think that could happen. The way this game feels, I think that's a pack-it-in goal. And if Tippa got that off clean, that may have won too.
Oh yeah, nice goal by Poehling.
Let's do a little score updates around the league. Obviously, the Flyers are up 4-0 on Anaheim, absolutely waxing them right now. Hathaway's up to 10 assists on the year. I got to give it to him. He's having a nice little season, too. Canucks have extended their lead on the Leafs 3-0. Stars and Habs 1 apiece. Bolts and Devils 2 apiece. Oilers and Blackhawks are now 3 apiece. Tippett almost redirects one, made me pause, and almost made it 5-0. But yeah, Oilers and Blackhawks are at 3 apiece. Oilers are on the power play as we speak. Columbus up 2-0 on the Blues. Jets up 2-0 on the Avalanche. Caps and Preds is scoreless. Isles and Utah is scoreless. That was very close to being 5-0. Tippett got a nice redirect on that one. TK almost got his 4th assist of the game. Well, let's play another game. How many assists does Travis Konechny end up with this year? Well, how many not assists? I should say total points.
TK, total points.
Is that 49 right now?
Yeah, with the 3 assists that he has tonight? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
49 and 43.
20 goals, 29 assists. His playmaking has taken another step this year. That's one thing about TK that has really impressed me this season.
So you're asking how many assists he'll have this season?
Well, overall points is what I meant. I just had my mind on assists when I said that at first. But overall points.
I think he's definitely going to hit like in the 90s for sure. I'm going
90s. I had him at 87, but the way I'm 85, but the way he's playing lately, he might beat that.
If he stays healthy and plays all 82, I don't know. Wouldn't shock me the way the pace he's playing right now. Wouldn't shock me if he gets to around 95.
Do you think he could snip 100?
100's tough.
Oh, here goes Michkov. I don't know. I thought Michkov got hooked. That should have been maybe a penalty shot. He had a partial breakaway there. They didn't call it. Michkov. Oh! Gudis just threw a right hand at Michkov. He should go to. Oh, that might be a roughing on Gudis. Gudis and Michkov got mixed up, and Gudis threw a right. Let's see what happens here. So Michkov at an almost partial breakaway, kind of got held up. Gudis hits him against the boards. Gudis keeps bullying him against the net. Michkov goes back at him. Gudis throws a right. Gudis throws another right. And then slams against the boards. That should be roughing. That should be roughing.
I no call, right? Yeah.
I don't know yet. They haven't said anything. That definitely should be roughing. There was a lot of extracurricular activity there. I think there is a power play. Hold on a minute. No, Michkov's in the box. Hey, Gudis is going to be in there too, I hope. Gudis is in the box too. Nope, they're both in the box. So I'm guessing 4-a-side hockey here.
Who's in the box for the Flyers? Michkov?
Michkov. That probably Michkov did get him a one shot up high, but I still don't think that. I think Gudis should have been the only one to go there. Gudis got him with 5 or 6 shots. Michkov got him with 1. So each of them get 2 for roughing. There's been a lot of penalties in this game.
Okay, unless I missed something, I never even saw Michkov touch Gudis.
It was kind of like a swing up high. He may not even have connected. It was the only thing I could think of.
Okay. I just thought like a little shot.
It wasn't anything bad, but
no,
that's the only thing I could see.
Gudis hits him into the net, into the back of the net.
Yeah.
Gudis
hit him in the back of the net. Michkov retaliates, deservingly so, and then Gudis got him 2 or 3 times in, hit him against the board. That should have been roughing. I think Gudis should have been the only one to go there.
I find like so far, I don't know if it's because he's a rookie or what, but he's not been getting calls. Like I feel like there's this certain games that take it like take a little bit of liberties on the kid, and it's like it's either, and then Michkov will retaliate, so it's either like a double or nothing.
Yeah,
I don't know. I find it's a little weird. I don't know if he's got
because he's rushing.
The rest are taking his calls on the season, or I don't know. A little weird.
Flyers got a little bit of a rush here. Risto, Konechny, and Zamula, and it leads to nothing. We'll break up. Caps just took a 1-0 lead on the Preds. Michkov threw his water bottle in the box. He was pissed. I don't think Michkov should have been in the box. I kind of don't blame him for that.
Like, look, I saw, like, look, he made contact with Gudis, but, like, he made contact in his shoulder. Like, after getting shoved into the net. Like, obviously, there's going to,
Yeah, I don't blame him. I'd be pissed, too.
And then Gudis just like, hits him twice in the face.
And then like, hits him against the boards, yeah.
Yeah, it slaps him against the board.
That should have been only Gudis. I don't get why Michkov went to the box there. He's made some penalties that kind of frustrated me a little bit, but that ain't one of them. No. That was a bad call. 5-a-side hockey. Michkov should be back out of the box.
Gudis was probably pissed because the Flyers taking advantage on Cutter. They gave him shots.
I like Gudis, but I don't know if he's captain material either. Like, he's a good voice, but I don't know if I'd put him as a captain.
Well, I guess you want to give it to the veteran on the team, I guess. Because I don't know.
Yes, but
I don't know if you want to give it to like one of the young players, put too much pressure on them or something. Because I guess the only other veteran they have is like maybe like a Ryan Strome or something.
Strome or no one else really there, or maybe a Dumoulin.
Oh yeah, maybe Dumoulin.
I hope they can keep this shutout too.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Come on, we need a Mitchkoff point tonight, please.
Yeah. I'd like.
It's the only thing we're missing. He just can't get to 30. Ooh. Good hit by Sealer. And I think a penalty on Anaheim. Here we go again. And now we got a pile up. Everyone's on the ground. They all just jumped Jamey Drysdale.
Oh, jeez.
Holy shit. This is what you expected in the game in Anaheim, too. There's been a lot of animosity tonight. No actual one-on-one fights, but there's been a lot of this tonight. Sailor Man took a cross check. Hold on. Gudas goes right back to the box.
Oh.
So Strome's cross check Sealer. That was the original penalty. Then Drysdale hits Strome, and then Vetrano gets Drysdale, and then everyone started fighting. Looks like it's 4-aside again.
What? Is Trouba playing tonight?
Yeah, I've seen him. He hasn't really done much, but I've seen him.
You would think in a game like this, he'd be more visible.
I feel like he's kind of going in the motions at this point, too.
Yeah, maybe. Wouldn't surprise me.
Baltimore is about to score again in the playoff game, too. They got a 2nd and 5 at the 5 with 11 seconds left. Just looked at that on ESPN real quick. Has this been the funnest Flyers game of the year?
I think so. Fun, yeah. This has been the most fun.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
I'd say. Actually, it's a Flyers power play. I thought it was 4-aside, but no, it looks like it's a Flyers power play it's stating. Nice. So it was 2 penalties on Anaheim and 1 on Philly. Gauthier has only played 38 seconds this period, apparently. What a pussy.
He's been targeted too much. The coach is like, yeah, no.
Yeah, they're probably like, we just want to get out of here with you not dead.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll worry about it till next year.
Then watch next game. He's gonna get another goal and assist. Got to there and.
Is it 5-on-3? There's 3 Ducks and only 1 Flyer guy in the box. No, they're saying 5-on-4, but why are 3 Ducks in and only 1 Flyer, but it's a 5-on-4? That's strange. Flyers got numbers going the other way. 4-on-2 rush. Oh, my God. That should have been the Michkov point right there. Yeah, set up, though. Drysdale, Michkov. Back to Frost. Frost behind the net. Back to Michkov. To Drysdale. Hey, I'm not putting anything on that. Michkov. Frost, Michkov. Drysdale. Connect me. Oh! It's going with Michkov! There it is!
You got one? Nice.
The rebound, my face scores a 4 in this game. Look at that team. Philadelphia goal scored by number 39, Matvey Michkov. Oh, that's a beauty. Perfect game. They got it all now. Perfect game. What a, off the boards, Michkov pots it in from about 3 feet out, and there it is, finally.
And the Flyers got 2 power play goals this game? Wow.
Yeah, that's going to be the quota for the month.
That's it. They're using up all their power play luck.
And Gudas just got tossed. I don't know what just happened, but I think Gudas just got tossed. He went to the locker room.
I probably cursed out the ref.
5-0. Definitely the best game they played all year. My 7-1 prediction still has hope. I wouldn't be mad if it's 7-0. I'm fine with that score too. This one night, this is going to be by far. There's not going to be a game that beats this year, unless they put up like a 10 spot on someone. I think Konechny got another assist too. Yes, he did. 4 primary assists tonight for Travis Konechny.
Let's see. Wait.
They are crushing them. And without anything updated right now, I don't know what everyone else has for points tonight, but Travis Konechny is top 10 in the league in points at this moment.
Nice.
And it's 6-0!
Are you serious?
This time it's Hathaway! Oh no, we need to restart it. That's bad. We having fun yet?
This is a good time.
What an absolute blow. 7-1. I'm not fuck 7-0. 7-1. We're going 7-0 now.
7-0. 7-0. Come on.
Didn't I say that Anaheim was going to pack? Anaheim's calling their timeout. You're down 6-0 calling a timeout.
What's the point? Calm down, boys. Come on. We still got this. No.
Look at the score. They're kicking the shit out of them.
Are you guys still on?
Yeah. You can say hi. Cole just wants to say hi. And
Hi, Nicole.
Hello.
Are you enjoying the game as well?
No, I was watching a movie called New Year's Eve.
And she was hearing me yell, so she just wanted to come and say hi because she knows how to big mouth.
I'm a little teary-eyed. It was a great movie.
If you want to pull up a chair and watch this ass kicking with us, you can, because they are kicking the ever-loving crap out of them. Oh, by the way, I won $200 in the parlay. So I will buy drinks tonight.
Everybody watching, I highly recommend watching New Year's Eve. It's a great movie.
New Year's Eve from Miss LaBarba.
It has like Zac Efron and Leah Michelle.
My eventual future wife.
Leah Michelle?
Oh, you!
Oh. I was like, you can marry her. She's beautiful.
Mitchkoff even got a goal, too. An ass kicking, though. They have completely dominated this game from start to finish. This is the loudest I've heard the Farg in years. And they're chanting, Cutter, Cutter, Cutter. You know what? I'm going to watch this whole game again tonight.
It's watch our replay.
I'm just going to watch this. You know what? I don't think I need to watch another Flyers game the rest of the year. I'll just watch this one every time they play. You hear that?
That's it. For the rest of the year, it's going to be, what happened? The weekend review for the Flyers. Doesn't matter. We beat Anaheim.
I just watched the Anaheim game again.
I only watched Anaheim. That's it.
They are kicking the fuck out of them.
Oh.
Travis Konechny said to Cutter Gauthier, I'll fight you. I promise you that I'll fucking fight you. This has been a perfect night.
Yeah. Oh, man. That would be nice. That would be awesome to see. Tiki versus Cutter. Although I think Cutter has a bit of a height advantage there, but, you know. Tiki looks scrappy. Oh, there's Truba. I see him.
We're going to have to go over this game a little bit extra on the pod next week.
Yeah. Nothing else this week matters. Just this game.
Nothing else happened this week. Just the Flyers dicked the Ducks. They shot them out of the sky. That's it. That's all that happened. But listen, they got to be I would not be surprised if Torts gives them the day off tomorrow. He's just say, listen, you want to go to the Eagles playoff game and celebrate? Mm-hmm. Go celebrate. Just don't be hungover on Monday.
Exactly.
Yeah, no disrespect to Joel Farabee. I don't think he's going to be finding himself in the lineup Monday night.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know when he comes back in now.
I mean, Torts, whenever they win a game, he keeps everything exactly the same. So, it stinks because I like Farabee a lot. I actually met his dad when I went down to Tampa last year. I was literally just standing by an outside bar waiting for a drink. And I saw his shirt and I complimented the guy. I was like, I like your polo there, bud. He goes, yeah. He's like, ooh. I said, do you know where I can get it? He's like, oh, I got this. These unfortunately aren't for sale. It's like, how'd you get it? He goes, I'm actually one of the players' dads. I was like, really? Do you mind me asking which one? He goes, Farabee. I was like, oh my God, that's friggin' awesome. I was just shooting the shit with the guy for a good 5-10 minutes. Really cool dude. Nice. How much I enjoyed Joel's game too, because unfortunately it's been a rough year for him this year, but he's a really cool dude. I definitely enjoyed talking hockey with him for a little bit.
I really hope he bounces back in the second half.
I do too. He had such a promising first year here.
Yeah.
Giroux almost kind of passed the torch over to him, and obviously it doesn't look like that's going to go to fruition. But whether it's elsewhere, I want to see that kid have a successful career. He's a good kid. Mitchkoff almost just scored another one, but he's a good kid. He plays hard. He's had a rough last couple games before the benching, but he always plays hard every night. And, he's not afraid to stick up for his teammates. I don't have enough good things to say about Beezer, but it's also a business that you need to make appropriate moves when necessary, too. So,
yeah. Oh, well. Because, like last season, right? Like you saw it, the first 2/3 of the season, like you were like, oh man, he's
2/3 of the
finally
year
back.
he was great, and then it felt like ever since that final third, he
Yeah,
just hasn't been the player that you once saw.
I don't know. It's like he hit a wall, and that like it's carrying into this season.
I thought everyone hit that wall though, so it's kind of just strange that he's still been like that since.
Yeah, it's really strange.
Ducks got 3. Oh no, they don't have a 3-on-1. Flyers got a little bit of a rush. Mini 3-on-2. Mitchkoff skates it to York. Six to nothing. I can't remember the last time the Flyers smoked a team like this. I did call that they would come out and kick the crap out of them, but they have kicked the crap out of them.
Yeah.
Oh, get in there! Get in there! I want 7. What? All right, let's see. That's on a penalty? He pulled them down. I get they're up 6, but call it. I want more. Do you think Cutter is regretting his decision?
I hope so.
I think at least in the bare minimum, he's regretting it to where he ended up. Because this Anaheim team is a mental mess. Cutter's back on the ice for the first time, I think. I hear boo. Yeah, he's back on the ice. And he just got reverse checked. Drysdale looks, shot, save.
Like I'm curious to see also like what Anaheim eventually will do this off season. Also,
they're gonna have to fire this coach for starters. He is not it.
That's step 1. 100%. That's step 1.
I
Because they
think
do have a lot of good young players.
Management.
So, like I think even just with the young players they have, they should be better than they are right now.
Oh, for sure. But a lot of the guys are regressing. Zegras regressed.
Yeah.
McTavish regressed.
Oh yeah.
Big time.
You know what? Like I really thought this was gonna be the season where McTavish like really took the next step. Because I'd even like in my fantasy league, I drafted him in like one of the like mid rounds. I'm like, okay, this kid's taking off this year, you know, and he's
regressed. Who was the defenseman that they drafted the same year we drafted Cutter? I'm blanking on his name.
Drafted.
It starts with an M.
Matechuk.
Oh, what the hell? I'm going to look at the draft board now because that's bothering me. Hold on. Let me take a quick peek real quick. Mintukov. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, Mintukov.
Yeah, Mintyukov. That.
Yeah.
But he was really good in his rookie year too, and he's kind of fallen from grace. He's been healthy scratched a couple times, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he has been. He's been in and out of the lineup. But like for defenseman, look, he's only 21 also, right? So defenseman, it always takes them a little longer. That's why I don't like, especially defensemen. I don't like rushing them into the.
No, Demon and goalies both take a little bit longer to develop. I absolutely agree with you on that point.
But he should eventually be a good one.
Oh, for sure.
Even what's the?
But it's again. This is the issue of the coach you have. He's stagnating development.
Yeah. Is that on the team? Yeah, because they got some pretty decent. They got some decent prospects coming, but
I want to see Lixell get a goal tonight too. That would be the icing, the cherry on top. Well, what were you saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, but just basically saying like they have some good young prospects like Owen Zellweger, and then like we said, Matechuk, and all these guys that are. But it seems like some of them are being a little bit rushed, and not crazy about that. And like we said, the coaching, it's probably they just don't have the right coach.
Oh yeah, and then you look at Troy Terry too. He's been okay. He's had a decent year, but I thought he'd take a more of a significant step this year. He hasn't. Their defense got a little better from where it was. It couldn't be much worse. They had arguably the worst D-core in hockey last year, and now it's a little better. But they've been. Oh, Mitch Kopp almost hit that side shot goal, but now offensively they regress. So I don't know. The way this is right now, let's get some score updates right now. Obviously, the Flyers are up 6-0 on Anaheim, baptizing them. Good save by Urson. Stars and Canadians still one apiece. Caps and Preds one apiece. Caps are actually getting vastly outplayed. They have 8 shots through 2 periods. Yeah, how's that for weird? Utah Isles is still scoreless. Some finals that have happened. Canucks have won 3-0 over the Leafs. Devils won in overtime, 3-2 over the Lightning. Just realize how much longer this game has gone. Oilers won 4-3 over the Blackhawks. Columbus held on to a 2-1 win against the Blues. Jets won 3-0 on the Avs. They got to complete the shutout. At least icing on the cake in that retrospect. If they could play with this level of energy, I know it's not sustainable for the entirety of the year, but play with this type of tenacity consistently, they'd be a problem. But obviously, it's not sustainable to this level.
No.
And obviously, you got to remember you're playing Anaheim, who sucks.
Exactly. Who's playing next again?
Paling. They're still trying to score. They're trying to pour it on right now. I love it. Yeah, they got to make sure they complete the shutout, please, and thank you. Don't jinx it, Jonesy. And he almost just did. Right on cue, the Ducks almost just scored.
What?
Right? No, they did. They almost did.
Oh,
they did. It's still a shutout. I think this will be. My guess is this is going to be the final score.
Yeah, most probably.
They got the third line out right now.
Maybe Anaheim pulls the goalie.
Oh yeah, sure. Why not? That's about as logical as calling a timeout down 6 with 11 minutes to go. That's the highlight.
Yeah, I saw the timeout. It's just the
Why
coach is
did
just
they do
fucking,
that?
like ripping into them.
That's like calling a timeout in a football game down 40 in the fourth quarter, trying to, act like you have a chance still.
Yeah, I know this coach is as good as gone.
Yeah, he's clueless.
Like, what are you doing? Calling a timeout when you're down 6-0 just to rip into your team? Like, wait till you get into the locker room. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's gonna be. You're gonna want to be a fly on the wall for that one. Oh, thank goodness. Keep the shutout alive. That almost went too. Ducks have gotten a few decent chances towards the end of the game. Not like it matters, but.
Yeah, I've seen a couple now.
And Mitchkov is. Have you noticed Mitchkov does the good save, Urson? Who keep the shutout? Have you noticed that Mitchkov has done the Briere Selly where he goes down and just does like the big fist up? He's been doing that.
Yeah.
I think that's his way of like giving his thank you to Danny.
Maybe, yeah. I like that.
I mean, he did it out in Russian too, though. Actually, now that I think about it, because that was Briere Selly.
I like the little stick twirl that he did when he scored. That was a nice.
Oh yeah.
Colangelo. I wonder if he has any relation to Brian Colangelo.
Minute 10 left. The Ducks are just trying to end the shutout. This place is still packed too, with a little over a minute to play.
They want a boot cutter off the ice.
Oh, for sure.
That's it. Go home.
He's going to get a lot of swear words sent to him.
It's, like I hope like he sees this and he sees like the passion that the fans have, even though they're booing him, like, and realize like, you know what? I could have been on the positive end of this, and just like watching like, because I think at one point, what he said, I think he said like this team's a mess or whatever, something like that, or something like that came out.
Well, we do have a negative from this game. Nick Saylor is injured apparently.
That sucks.
He's still on the bench, but apparently they said he's dinged up.
Okay, so maybe they're resting him up.
Yeah.
Won't give him another shift this game.
Injured Duck. Oh, no, never mind. It was just a high stick. He just got up, but he's hurting. Fabio, I think? Wasn't he in Detroit last year?
I think he's bounced around a lot, Robbie Fabry. He might have been with Detroit last year. He was with St. Louis at one point. Maybe even Washington. I don't know.
Oh, his own teammate hit him in the face with the stick. Oof.
Let's see, Robbie Fabry.
Yeah, they won't play Gauthier the rest of the night.
Yeah.
This is the cutter line, and he's not out there, they said.
Yeah, he was with Detroit last year.
I thought so. I remember that because every time they played Detroit, him and Farabee's names were so similar that I thought that I'd get the two mixed up when they announced it, and it would just be very agitating. 20 seconds left. Eight seconds left. Flyers get one more rush. This will be a shutout. And one more round of fisticuffs at the end of the game. And the Flyers with a 6-0 win. Person gets his second shutout of the year, and Cutter, this is for you.
Ooh, you suck.
That was the best game they played all year. That's their largest margin of victory since 2017.
Oh, wow.
And their largest shutout since 2016. It's been a while since they've had a game like this. Last time they won this bad was against Washington. They beat them 8-2. I actually remember the game. What a game this was. Players of the game, and it just says everyone, the entire team.
That sounds about right.
That was the best game they played all year. That's the best game they played in years.
I don't know if they could do it, but like, you know, like first star of the game, like you give it like when you're announcing the 3 stars, you go first star of the game, the fans.
Oh, that would be cool.
You know, that would be kind of cool. Just for like it's. I see the game's over. The building is still full. It's 6-0. They just were on Cutter's case all game. Like number one's our team, the fans.
All right. Anything else you want to say, Eric, before we wrap things up here?
Well, what else is there to say? You know what? Like you said, I think this is one of the best games they played all season.
No, it's the best game they played all season. Not one of the best.
That
was the best game they played all year.
You know, they could have easily, like, at one point, like, sat back at, like, 4-0 or something. And
they poured it on.
But no, they didn't stop.
They wanted to make it known.
Yeah. They were on a mission this game. They were on a mission. TK looks great.
All right, everyone. With that being said, that's going to wrap things up. A borderline perfect game for the Philadelphia Flyers. 6-0 win. Completely annihilated Anaheim top to bottom. Controlled this game top to bottom. They let Cutter know, fuck you. This is our house.
Yeah.
With that being said, thank you all for tuning in. If you have a moment, give us a like, share, subscribe. Don't Puck with Media, our sister station, Talking Habs Media as well over there. Our buddy Rick, thank you so much, Rick, for all the work you do for us to make this channel even possible. So I'll give you a shout out as well. And that's it for the night. Everyone, with all that being said, thank you for tuning in for probably the best game of the year for the Flyers. And thank you for an awesome night. Let's go Flyers.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, give a thumbs up, leave a comment, and please share this video.